Good evening and welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for April the 12th, 2022. I'm Mom and that's Alpha with us tonight. Woot, 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 woot. I don't have a camera, but I'm doing the dance. Yeah, I'm still...
Chicago.
Oh my God, it started off okay and then it went horrible when we heard about Duffy. And I think it put a bit of a pall on everything because there were so many people there who were streamers and really wanted to have a great time, and at the same time, Duffy's gone, and so that definitely affected everything. But let's pretend that we hadn't lost a good friend. It went very well. Thanks for asking. It was so different from Vegas, though. Let me make sure all the mics are on here. Wow, am I loud? There we go. I'll turn me down a bit there. You know how Vegas has got that kind of weird energy, but it tends to be almost a frantic feel to it?
Yeah.
This was more sedate, a little bit more organized, but it felt much more, I don't want to say business-driven, but you could feel where there was definitely a stronger input from CBS than at Vegas. Mm. Not to say that was bad. It was very interesting. Lots and lots and lots of people there. Lots of celebs there. A lot of people walking around, and a lot of people with their first convention ever, and definitely their first Chicago convention. Definitely very good with Cryptic, though. Ambassador Kell was there, and Thomas Maroney was there, and they did panels, and we had a lot of really fun discussions about what's coming up in Star Trek Online, starting with Stormfall in a couple of days now, in about a month from today, which they haven't finished yet, so crossing fingers on that one. Noah's going to be in it, but he hasn't even recorded his stuff, so that tells you where they're at. Hi, Galaxy Star Queen, how are you? And Noah says hello to you.
Hello.
Hello there. Frost was there too.
Was there?
Hey, Frost, guess where your mouse is?
Probably sitting in your house.
In the front seat of my car. It had fallen under the seat when you had your bag on the ground, and when I went to empty out the car today, oh, there's Frost's mouse.
Well, that's a good place for it.
Yep, it's a good place for it, but I'll get it back to you. But Frost can give his take on it. The thing I thought was really great for my ego, but I think it says a lot for all of us, is at least once an hour somebody would be like, "Your mom?" I'm like, "Yeah." "You're Darkmom, aren't you?" "Yeah." "I watch your show." I'm like, "Oh, what? Well, thank you." I think. "Oh, no, we love your show," and I was just blown away by that. So I will. That's why I was trying to get my camera working, but my camera doesn't work. The new camera new camera I just bought for the convention doesn't work with Streamlabs.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. I got it from Amazon, and after about 4 hours of troubleshooting, they finally said, "Yeah, just return it." So it's all boxed up and sitting in my desk. It's the Edquisition. Hi, Ed. How are you? And you're just in chat? Of course, it's some horrible hour in the morning. But I like the Edquisition. That's a good one. But it was very cool, though. Frost, I'm sure, will have a different take, or will have his take. It's Ed! Hi, Ed! I haven't talked to you in like 12 hours.
Yes. I went to bed too early, and that means...
Well, how dare you go to bed early?
Yeah, it does not make sense to go to bed at 9:30.
No.
Woke up and fell a little bit too adventurous, exploring and stuff. That typical Federation stuff that make people visit strange places and do have strange experiences.
Oh, you mean the day-to-day stuff? Things we do every day. So, wow. Well, I hope you guys all had a nice couple of days without us. It was very, very long. It's the best description I've got for it. We got there between 7:30 and 8. We didn't close down till 7. And it's an hour plus drive back out to suburbia, so it was a really long day.
Suburbia.
Spuria. Suburbia? So the staying at the hotel at Bally's was probably going to be really nice because it'll be, we break at 5, run upstairs, grab a nap, then go out and do stuff. And there wasn't a lot of after stuff. I think maybe because the weather was just nasty and people were going out to dinner, but you know how there's usually karaoke and other stuff. I just wasn't seeing a lot of that being promoted. 7 o'clock rolled around and they're like, okay, everybody go home now.
Well, that might be more of like a Vegas thing or something that the casino convention center might have been able to better accommodate too.
Well, they could have done it here if they had planned for it. I think they didn't plan for it because who the heck knew what was going to go on. Chicago had mask restrictions in place until March 31st, and they weren't sure they were going to take them down. So I think that made a lot of people just kind of go, yeah, I don't know. I mean, to be an exhibitionist, an exhibitor, whatever you want to call us, you had to have proof of vaccination, not just a mask. But for everybody else, I don't think they had to have proof of a negative test or anything. They just had to have a mask available. But it was fun. It was quieter than Vegas. Well, maybe as noisy as the last Vegas, to give a comparison. Very few vendors, or about the same as we had in Las Vegas. The Picard wines were there, for those of you who remember that from 3 years ago. Thank goodness they were at a different place and we didn't have to hear them. And the autographs were nicely done. It wasn't just tables, but they had like gates set up so you would line up and they could see how many people were in line, and they had handlers to deal with the money so that the people could just talk to you. But obviously we had the panel. We had the panel on ship design, which was focused on what's coming out soon, which is the new rebuild of the...
Vesta.
Pardon? The Vesta, yeah.
Very Vesta.
Yeah, did you see the pictures of it from the live stream?
Saw it.
It's a very pretty ship.
I mean, they already had me at Vesta, but seeing the new design, it's like, oh my goodness, I gotta have that ship. That's a sexy ship.
Yeah, you had me at Vesta is a good line. My voice is mildly distorted. Yes, Dante, after 4 days of shouting at the top of my lungs to talk to people, my throat is a mess, so I apologize. Let's see, does that make it any better? I can go in and reset the filter too. Hang on a sec, let me see if I can fix the filter on this one. How's that? Is that any better? I'm not sitting on the mic quite as much. It's probably me. It's probably me.
It's always Pie's fault.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Pi today. Well, I'll feel better as soon as I've had a couple of days of just not having to talk really loud and talk a lot. And I figured I'd have a quiet day sitting at work, but no, everybody's back from holidays for at least a couple of days. So lots and lots and lots of talking to people. Well, good. I will play with it a little bit more then. We're hoping to do a fundraiser for Duffy. Cryptic gave us a bunch of stuff to raffle off or auction off. I'm not sure how we're going to do it, but we have a bunch of Eagle Moss ships. We've got some WizKid ships. We've got some Ships of the Line calendars. And I have a bunch of codes.
Yes, when she says a bunch, she's not exaggerating.
I am not exaggerating. They gave us...
Holy cow.
Yeah, they gave us like 100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they know we're going to auction this. This was with their understanding and blessing that we're going to do this for something good.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what we're going to do quite yet. I'm trying to reach out to Grumpy and Augie and Q and GXA and Fragrance Free and a couple of the others. and see if we can't work together to do maybe a massive event on all of our live streams at the same time and auction off some of this stuff. I'm not quite sure how we'll do it. If somebody's brilliant and wants to figure out how we should do this, maybe we give some of it for them to auction off and I'll ship it out to them or something like that. On
Maybe something for a multi-Twitch link.
Yeah, I think they do we could stream, all of our channels together. I think Pi's done that in Denmark, so I think we could probably do it here too.
Yeah, it's multi-Twitch is just visitors get a link that contains the multi-Twitch URL and the channel names, and it's done on the viewer side, so everyone can just get the full collection, or two of them, or one of them, just how he likes. And it's stream as usual, and it's just how much clogged up screen can you watch without losing track?
Yeah, as long as I can figure out who's bidding what on what. Oh, speaking of Stu1701, we met him at the convention, and he hung out with us, as did, who else was there besides Fragrance Free? Pirates Gaming Scum. Pirate Scum Gaming? JB was there. We met DeadMeatMom.
And she can talk, I'm telling you.
Oh my God, yes. Yes, she can. Yes, she can.
I mean, I love talking to her. I really did. But, I mean, she can go on and on. It's almost like me or something.
Yeah, the two of you were dealing enough damage on each other verbally there, going back and forth, and neither of you's given up.
What are you talking about? We were having a productive conversation.
I didn't mean it in terms of negativity. I just meant you'd say something, she'd say something, and the conversation was just going on and on and on.
What was wrong with that? I thought we had a very important conversation.
There's nothing wrong with it at all. Hi, Jen. How are you? I know. I saw your name earlier. I'm sorry, my camera isn't happy at the moment, so you get a picture of Pinky in the Brain instead. How are you doing? I remember meeting you at the convention.
It's Jen.
Yay, Jen. We met a lot of really cool people from the convention. Some people joined us. Some people said they'd check us out. Some people are just going to jump into the game, which is probably what it's all about.
And because of what happened at the convention, I had a really awesome opportunity come my way.
Oh?
That once I find out more about it, I will make public. I don't know if I can make it public yet, and that's one of the reasons I want to talk to Mom. But I have had something potentially awesome come my way, purely because of that event. But like I said, I don't know if I can talk about it just yet, so I won't. But it is a really cool thing, and I hope it works out. I'm sure once people hear it, they're gonna be all crazy for it. But it will, in my opinion, increase the immersion into the general feeling of the game, and so I'm hoping that'll pan out, because oh my God, it's awesome. I don't know how to explain it.
When you can say something.
Well, that'll be up to him, but we can talk either after this today or on Thursday when I'm back and semi-human again. By the way, it's Sav's birthday, everybody, so make sure you wish her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sav. I'm not in the chat.
Happy birthday.
I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do that. There we go. Grumpy can get added to my Discord. Just can either reach out to me or Pi or anybody. So at the moment, Jen, we're just sitting around shooting the breeze and discussing the convention, because I got home and it took me 6 hours last night to unload everything from the car after a 4-hour drive. And of that 6 hours, 4 of it was spent trying to set up the soundbar which decided it wasn't going to work, and the new camera, which turns out doesn't work with Streamlabs, so it was just a day. Bummer. I'm so happy everything worked at the convention, though. That worked out nicely. Except for the fact that we had 8 hours of video, but every time our theme music came on, I had forgotten to reset the volume, so it was really, really loud. I had to unpack. I've got a rank promotion tomorrow, and I'd taken all my clothes with to Chicago because my husband lives there, and I wanted to do the laundry, which I did. But I had to pack it up for tomorrow. So it's all packed up. It's sitting right over there where you guys can't see it because I don't have a camera. So we get to the question then. There's two options. One is Ed's recommendation of phone with two different types of apps, one on the computer and one on the phone, which seems to be very popular, or buying a new camera.
I think that's something you should leave up to the group here. They should be the one to make the decision.
Yeah, you guys should get to spend my money. Do I remember a cosplay as a Ferengi? If you do, talk to him in Twitter. I love that cosplay. I can't do Ferengi. I think that's more of a DT thing. He does wonderful voices. Hi, Chaos. How are you?
I'm doing good, Mom. How are you?
Oh, her. Yeah. No. I know who you're talking about.
She was really cool.
The one who was Moogie, not Moogie, but what was the character's name? The Ferengi woman who dressed as a man so that she could work in business. That one? Yeah, I love that one. It was a great cosplay. There were some excellent cosplays there. There's some really, really good homemade ones that were amazing.
Yeah, my favorite one was the Borg that had the minigun on his arm.
I didn't see that one.
Tactical board.
There were a lot of Lower Decks characters. Some were excellent. I mean, really, really, really good.
A lot of people liked, what's the Orion girl's name?
Tendi.
Or a lot of those, yes.
Yeah, a lot of Tendis. And more than a few Boimlers, too. A couple were great.
I don't remember seeing a Boimler. I mean, Quaid was there, and
Yeah.
he was awesome.
No, there's a couple of Boimlers. And what's the other guy's name?
Rutherford.
Rutherford, yes. I saw at least 3 Rutherfords. I think I even have some on my pictures. Not that I'm ever going to post my pictures, but...
I think I figured out a way that I can milk experience points in this game, leveling up a ship.
See, I'll show this to everybody right there. There's the Rutherford right there. I know you can't see it from there, but there's some really good ones. I'm sorry, so what were you saying there, Frost?
I think I've figured out something pretty cool about the game.
You're just discovering something cool about the game?
Well, I mean, yeah, I can still play the game for several years and discover something cool, even several years later.
This is true. Thank you for this sub, Frost. I appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah, I just figured out that there's a way that you can get a guarantee of all 5 levels in a single patrol run.
No?
Because your enemies, after you leave them alone for a certain period of time, will actually regenerate their health. And you get experience points.
Ah. Or you could do the patented Ed and Mom way, known as take some woefully underpowered ships out and think you can do it on Elite. And 27 minutes later... 27 minutes later...
I'm doing that this second, I'm telling you. It takes a while.
That has been our pinky brain.
Oh, thank you, Galaxy Star Queen. We got a whole bunch of cheers. Woot woot. Woot, 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 woot. Thank you. And more, well, even more thank yous. My whole display there is just shimmering lights of awesomeness. Now, I was actually referencing Ed when we took Pinky and the Brain out, like last 2 weeks ago, maybe. And we thought we could do it on Elite, and it was not our best decision we've ever made.
Yeah. When well, when I'm in charge, I will rewrite history, and that has never happened.
Yes, exactly. We're not going to upload that one. That will disappear. So I actually watched the panel that I was on today. And boy, do I talk fast when I'm in a panel. I didn't realize I get so passionate and my hands are waving around and I'm talking with my hands and just blithering like an idiot.
But you were the only one that was worth listening to. I mean,
that's because I'm a passionate, blithering idiot.
What's that?
That's because I'm a passionate, blithering idiot.
But, I mean, there wasn't anybody else there that, I mean, really had anything original to say. I mean, you knew that that Lita was going to talk about her character, Lita. You knew the blogger was going to talk about blogging. You knew that everybody was going to do their own thing. But you were the only one that had something original to say.
Well, yeah, but it was... My thing was as much my thing as their thing was their thing. But you knew what they were going to say. And I think even though it was supposed to be about fandom and things like that, we didn't talk a lot about fandom. We talked about more real-world stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Number one engine DPS. Mom, how was the convention? It was very good. You can hear because my voice is totally shot.
And I did most of the talking. I don't know why she's claiming it, but I did most of the talking.
He did not do most of the talking. He did a lot.
I most certainly
did. You did a lot of the talking.
Half the time.
Yeah, talking to people. So Alpha knows because Alpha's been at the Las Vegas convention, but when people come to our booth and we talk about the game, if Cryptic's there and these people have never played the game, once we've talked to them a little bit, we walk them over to Cryptic because, that's what we do. Get them into the game is fine, but let's get them into the game over there where they're going to get free stuff. Uh-huh. But so I'd go over there, or I'd know that, hey, I know who's got that, and I'll walk people to where they need to go. It's all part of the service that we offer here at the Darkmom Consortium. But it was a lot warmer than Vegas, I will say that. Vegas, when they run that air conditioner, it's on, it's like 50 degrees inside. And it was like that until the people came in, and once the people came in Chicago, the whole building warmed up, of course.
Next year's going to be in Seattle.
No. I don't think so. I just say that because it tends to be that when you make a contract... Oh. Well, it is in Seattle. Well, guess where I'm not going next year? Wow, that's really bizarre. But, okay, maybe they made an agreement to do it in a different city so it gets to different places. That's too bad. I love Chicago.
Well, depending on how things work out these next few months, I mean, that will be a lot easier for me to make that decision.
Seattle is an expensive place to go.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be almost I have to drive there if I'm taking my equipment. Now, if DT's going to do it, or if we do something else entirely, that might be different. But we're planning.
I have friends in Medford that might be able to help us out. I don't really know how close that is, but I have friends that live in Medford, so maybe it's not so hard. And they definitely have the room to help other people.
Number one, DPS. I'm just going to call you DPS. What the hell? We'll go. If it's just to meet you, we'll go. Just to meet you. And if you think I'm joking, you're wrong.
But you're worth
it. I thought you were, Rob. People think I joke when I say that. I actually went to Ireland to meet somebody from the fleet. And we met up for maybe 4 hours. And he kept going, you didn't come all the way to Ireland just to meet me, did you? And I'm like, uh-huh. And he's like, no, you came here for something else. Uh-uh. He just didn't believe I flew to Ireland to meet him. So, yeah.
Mom's a weirdo.
Yeah, I know. Depends on how some personal stuff goes in the next couple of weeks. Might be good, might be bad.
You actually have been in Ireland to watch watch fairies in their original habitat.
Ed, you're not supposed to tell him about that. That was our secret, Ed.
He just ruined it.
Let's see. Does anybody know when it's going to be in Seattle? Hi, Wolfie.
Where's Tay? She's not allowed in here. I've given her a ban.
That's really weird. Okay.
You're supposed to be sleeping. That's why she's banned.
2023. I might do Seattle instead of Vegas next year, depending on how things look.
When is it going to be?
May of next year.
May. That's better. Let's see. I have no idea what's the big airport in Seattle.
SeaTac.
SeaTac. Okay. And you said it's May, so let's pretend it's... Of course, who knows what the economy will be.
Surviving. That's how we are.
Yeah, getting through the day.
I've had a very, very long day.
So have I.
Likewise. I've also got friends up in Seattle, so it'll be nice to reconnect.
Let's see. Airfare and a hotel is $1,500 and another $5,000 to $6,000 for a booth. So
Wow.
Not going to be a cheap trip.
Yikes.
It'll be right up there. We will see. We will see what the hotel ferries and work and all that other stuff does. Also depends on where they're going to do it in Seattle.
Normal R&D materials. That's crap.
You are right. Star Trek Mission Seattle 2023. Washington State Convention Center, May 26th to the 28th.
Well, we don't need the no sleep wolf cat on doing a stream. You have a delightful stream, but when you're tired, you sound weird.
Don't we all?
No, I sound completely fine because I'm always tired. No one knows the difference. It's Pirate Scum! I know that person!
Hey, Pirates come!
Hey, JB.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
That's my fleet balls.
Hey, Jen, a booth is around $1,500 to $2,000, another couple thousand for hotel and flights. Electric is a couple thousand, called $1,500. If they have internet, it's another $1,500, $2,000. And the cost to get my booth that we're building out there will be around another $2,000, so you can look at what it costs us. And the fun stuff is, we do it out of pocket because we don't make any money streaming. You guys can fix that. No. Got other things to do first, not the least of which is running this fundraiser for Duffy. So we'll get that figured out. We'll get that figured out. Hey, give me 1 second. I'm going to grab some water. Be right back.
It's alright.
Oh, but definitely we need kind of a Jeopardy music. Dun, 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 dun.
I have to say that I am genuinely curious just whether or not that someone could actually get away with having a Star Trek convention in Nome.
Say that in Nome? No, I'm not doing Nome.
Alaska? How would you do that?
There's a second Nome?
I mean, okay, Juneau would actually be a much better location. The only reason I'm mentioning Nome is just because of the seeming absurdity of having it in the coldest major city in the United States.
Galaxy Star Queen, the backdrop picture, that is Mom's Pinky in the Brain.
No. She means the one at the convention, the one that we were all in.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, lots of people commented
Many
on it.
people.
Yes. And of course, I would point at the front row on the right-hand side and go, and the Andorian over there, and then I'm thinking, oh, there's two of us. You and I were standing right next to each other. I said the one who still looks like a cadet and isn't all grumpy after years of service, to describe you.
Wow.
But yeah, even Kel commented on it when he came over, because Gornalicious was there in his Kittimer uniform, and he goes, we've got a Kittimer Gorn. I was so happy about that. And of course, everybody commented on Captain Cuddles and Bookdow and Gertrude. And yes, Gertrude.
Just a friendly, friendly Tellarite.
Telluride, yeah. And we had 2 Ferengis. Just, we're pointing out everybody there and going, oh, that's actually Ed. And those 4 people are
great.
the 4 fleet admirals, and just having a good time with all of them. I think people enjoyed seeing that those were just not our tunes, but a bunch of people's tunes, which really added to it.
I have some bad news to relay.
Yeah?
It turns out that Gilbert Gottfried died.
No.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
That bites.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Thank you, Pirate Scum. I loved meeting you. It was so much fun to meet you guys.
I will never forget that man's voice.
None of us will. I mean, just thinking about it. Just thinking about it was so good.
He kept on thinking he couldn't leave his stuff in our booth, and just I had to give him crap about that.
Well, DT will tell you that traditionally everybody leaves everything in our booth.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
And you wonder why I only wanted one table. It limits how much stuff can be there.
Well, I mean, see, because I could understand that if, it was someone who was working in the booth.
Well, we try usually and get as much of our stuff shoved under the table, and because we only had the one PC and some really minor stuff, it wasn't much, and it was still a ton of stuff. So the plan is next time, 2 booths next to each other, or 2 big tables next to each other, so we've got enough room to do a bigger bridge. But then I was just thinking, I was thinking Seattle. I don't want to go to Seattle because it's expensive, but if we have everything built for Vegas, we could rent storage space in Vegas, and then it would give me an excuse to fly out to Vegas, rent a car or a very large car, and drive everything up to Seattle and give myself a rather major vacation. Of course, I'd still have to get everything home, but that's a different problem.
Mom, you don't need vacations.
Yeah, apparently.
That's what I'm saying. You don't need vacations. You should be coming down here to MegaCon, by the way. See, that should be your focus. MegaCon is a huge convention.
Well, find somebody who will sponsor us and I'll go. I mean, I will quit my job and just go run conventions if I can not have to pay for it out of my
Believe it or
pocket.
not, as crazy as it may sound, I'm actually working on that. But I can't.
Okay, we will talk about that later. Fragrance Free was a hoot and a half, Galaxy Star Queen. And I don't know that I'm awesome, but he was great. Pardon?
I don't mind helping run conventions. I can only work in 34 states.
Oh no.
What do you do in the other 15?
Don't go there.
Oh. Nobody's going to get my joke there. Okay. I was watching, I don't watch shows very often. I happened to watch Friends once when my son was in the hospital. And they had some stupid joke about all of the states. The guy writes down all the state capitals. And they mention another one. He goes, that's 51. And I'm starting to think, what the heck? So I just made a bad joke about 49 states. And nobody caught it. So that's okay. We're good.
It'll be long dead in the ground before we recognize Missouri.
I mean, okay, he could be one of those where he either wrote down Washington, D.C. or whatever the capital of Puerto Rico is.
It was not one of the more intelligent characters, so I think maybe he had like Sacramento and New York City and Pittsburgh and Chicago and.
He's basically just rattling off one major city per state.
Yeah, until he
doesn't actually know which ones are the capitals.
Or more accurately, he was probably just writing down major cities.
Maybe not even one per se.
Okay, now I'm going to have to go check out Fragrance Free's Twitter.
Priority clearance recognition.
Oh, goodkirk. Thank you for the subscription. That's very nice of you. Very nice indeed. I got to upgrade everything. Now that people are sort of maybe kind of getting to know who we are, maybe I need to start upgrading everything and become more serious about my Twitch streaming stuff so I can actually talk coherently about it.
I mean, there's only a handful of streamers who are big enough that Cryptic actually pays attention to them.
Oh, Goodkirk's DeadMeatMom. Hi, DeadMeatMom. We were just talking about you. You know, there are people out there who make money doing Twitch. I don't think we'll ever be at that point, but if I wouldn't say no.
It's really not that many people who actually make money off of Twitch.
No.
It's simply because you need like 1,000 people watching every time you stream to actually get money.
Well, there are some streams that get huge viewers. But, you know, things are going from, oh, we don't do Twitch anymore to we do YouTube Live, and people are doing other mediums. So...
see, the problem with doing YouTube Live is that you need to have a certain status on YouTube just to be able to stream to YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You can't just create an account and start streaming on YouTube.
Well, the thing is, we've had an account on YouTube for this channel for 5 years. So we have some of the numbers already worked out. Go eat pirate scum. Yeah, I got home from work at 5 o'clock because my boss just had to walk around with me today because I'd been gone for 4 days.
He was sad.
They
were sad.
Yes, the person who lets me be Fleet Admiral me is a female. And I think it's 51% her money or her ownership. So technically we are female owned. But generally people in the government are like, yeah, no, your business can't be female owned because it's not a female type business. Seriously, that happens.
What?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Time to modernize your clerks.
Well, I didn't say it made any sense.
It's the government, after all.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, noob question, but what does Fleet Admiral mean? Two different things, depending on what fleet you're in the game. Usually a Fleet Admiral is the 6th level of a fleet. In the game itself, it would be the highest rank for a Federation-aligned toon. Well, maybe, but for a Fed toon for sure.
Well, I think Romulans also have Fleet Admirals.
Okay. Klingons don't.
Klingons have the Masters.
Yes. And Fleet Admiral, for what I do for a living, means my boss thought that was brilliant and decided that should be my title. So, thank you, boss. I was telling her that I was... Wow! Hey! Layrina! Hi, Layrina! Hi, Raid of Layrina. How are you guys? I'm saluting the camera that isn't functioning. I spent half an hour today with people at Logitech going, why isn't my camera working? And we finally decided it's just old. So we'll deal with that at another time. Layrina, how are you? I haven't talked to you in forever. I hope all is well with you. It's resting. It's been resting for about a month now. So yeah, I think it's had a good nap and it's about to take a dirt nap. So
yeah, it's resting like that X-parrot in that one movie.
Like the parrot?
It's gone to live on a farm. That's
No, I said X-parrot.
The X-parrot, yes, exactly. Well, get into the game. It's really easy, and you know what? There's 22 people here who will make it good. Layrina, the con was, aside from Duffy, it was really good. You know, the whole Duffy thing obviously affected everybody who knew him.
I mean, that wasn't really part of the con. However, it was the same time as the con.
Well, all of us knew it, and all of us were talking about him. So, I mean, it cast a pall to some extent over everything. But I think it also brought out the best part of a lot of us.
I mean, it gave you reason to be unhappy when you would normally be happy. So
yeah. Were folks excited to be in a con? There was a huge number of con virgins. Not just Star Trek virgins, but con virgins. So it was really interesting, the number of people who were there. What would you say for costumes? Maybe 50% somewhat costumed?
I saw a lot of pictures people posted of people that were in costume, but I wasn't there, so I don't really know.
Well, I did. My most elaborate costume was on Sunday for the panel, where I wore a T-shirt. I had my hooligorns too. So I had hooligorns one day. I had my choo-choo shirt one day, and I brought a really nice-looking jacket and sweater for the panel, and then Kel gave me a T-shirt to wear. So, so I wore the T-shirt.
You never gave it back.
Hell no, I'm not giving it back. I am.
Stole it.
Well, did Kale tell you he wanted it back?
Well, I didn't ask him because what if he had said yes?
Well, I mean, it's just one of those things where it just seems reasonable for the person to tell you if they want it back, and otherwise assume they don't.
I didn't see anything really except a couple of. Let's see. There's a couple of Star Wars. Lots and lots of Trek. Lots of old school Trek, like the Vulcan priests from Amok Time, and some of the old school Romulan guards, things like that.
Yeah, we had a couple of the old style Klingons come by the booth.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And some old style Gorn, for that matter.
I wore my never been worn Star Trek shirt.
Virgin shirts. There were more than a few people who had Kirk T-shirt or Kirk shirts that were sliced across and had little driblets of blood showing. So people who truly got that.
Sounds perfectly normal for Kirk. Sure.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, this is something that wasn't at the con, but something that caught my attention because of the fact that I saw it not just once, but multiple times recently. And one of them was on your stream, and it wasn't me being there in game looking at this either. Someone put together a pretty good Minbari cosplay, and I keep seeing their character at Starfleet Academy.
Okay, that's pretty good.
It's one of those things where it's like, wait a second. This guy actually somehow managed to come up with a way of throwing together a costume in Star Trek Online that is recognizable as a Minbari, and I'm not even sure what they put together because, in fact, they uses one of the costume parts that's only available on Aliens because it's kind of like these like coral plates attached to your scalp, and then they combined it with some sort of like a headset thing to create that wrap around the back of the head look that the Minbari had.
Okay, now I'm going to have to go figure out how to do that. Yeah, there was a person who was the old school Romulan guard. Actually, I think there were 5 of them who were the old school Romulan guards. It was pretty cool.
It's
pretty nicely done.
Really interesting when we see people show up with a coordinated cosplay thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ow.
It's easier when it's a pair, but there was like the Klingons, the Vulcan priests. There were 5 of them. There were 5 of the old school Romulans. There were 5 of the priests. There was a Telosian walking around too. Yeah. So, I mean, people had some good old school stuff on. One guy had a really decent EV suit from, oh God, which one was it? Frost, the white one?
I know who you're talking about, but...
The one with colored...
Discovery.
Oh.
No, that wasn't Discovery. That was out of one of the...
Did it have colored tubes on the outside of it?
No, it was all white. And I want to say it was out of one of the TNG episodes.
Did it look like it had like armor plates with number keypads attached to the armor plates?
No.
Because it's like the TNG's.
Yes, I saw that. That was awesome. I enjoyed that very much.
Yes, there was a Spock walking around with a blow-up whale.
Oh, right. The TOS movies had a completely different style of EV suit than the TOS series, didn't it?
Right. And then they had the EV suit the second day from First Contact. And I said, oh, did you make it yourself? And because I'm being the sexist person that I am, was thinking guys don't sew. Yes, he sewed his own uniforms. Darn good work, too. And he did the components, the armor style and the helmets and things like that. Really well done.
Because did it look like the that EV suit that LTS players can get for free at that console and ESD? Because I think that's the look from the TNG movies.
Boy, I put in Star Trek EV suits, and everything comes up because of everything I always do with Star Trek Online. So I'm trying to think. It was... Okay, the copper-colored one is in the game, yes. But the other one, the closest one is the Federation Combat environmental suit. That would not quite that one, but very close to it.
Maybe one of the engineering suits from the motion picture films, like what Scotty and some of the other engineers wore in
Yeah, because the other thing about, they didn't actually go with every single EV suit design ever in the TV show for the game. Most of the EV suit designs in the game were actually unique to the game.
Yes.
But let's see.
Okay. Nope. It was similar to the uniforms that the engineers wear in Star Trek the Motion Picture, but not quite that. But similar to it. Nope. It was the ones, I'm looking at it right now. It was the ones from First Contact and the ones from the game, so there are two of them there.
Here, I can go to EST and pick up one quick and show it to you.
At Galaxy Star Queen, I did not go to the Strange New Worlds panel. Did you, Frost?
I did not.
If I remember right, it was the same time as one of our panels.
I watched the Strange New Worlds trailer on YouTube, and
we got to see a scene nowhere else.
Ooh, cool.
I don't know what that ship is that's extra glowy, but I want it.
The ship that's extra glowy, I love it.
It looks a lot like a scaled up version of that Orion ship from TOS. Like, the Orion ship in TOS was about the same length as the Enterprise. This thing's like 3 times the length of the Enterprise.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that thing looks like it would be fun to fly, though.
You mean the circular one with that big one?
With the spinning nacelle ring? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a oh my god, name just went out of my head.
Pretty sure it's
that's a Tholian.
I thought that was an Orion ship.
Well, they showed it together with a Tholian scene, so I'm not sure. It was like mashed together, so it's very possible.
It could be that they were jumping around and not like showing a whole scene or something.
Yes.
Apparently, Mom's instance is full.
Oh, yeah. What the heck? We could do this the easy way. Let's see what's empty.
We could just go to instance number 4.
Yeah, let's all go to instance number 4 because it's really quiet. Everybody, off to 4. Okay, Strange New Worlds panel happened to be at the same time as Thomas's ship design panel, and I'm sorry, Thomas gets my points.
See, this is the one from the TNG movies.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it has like the arm pad, the leg pad. They're like
there's a slight difference with that though, which is there's like a roll of like a tube of fabric, 3 or 4 of them on the arms at above the elbows and a little bit lower, and on the legs as well. But
if you look really closely, this one actually does have like things that wrap around the arms. It's just that it's not
okay.
It doesn't have geometry on this model.
Okay, so yeah, if it was more 3-dimensional, that was what the other guy had made. He made it all in the same color, but and the right mask, right headpiece.
I don't know.
So it turns out that I met a few people that I actually work with, and didn't know that I actually worked with them until Monday
Wow.
when I got back.
Oh, that's
I mean,
amazing.
they were in a different department. I mean, where I was working, but they actually sought me out because they saw me at the con and didn't
Wow.
tell me that they saw me at the con, and so they talked to me for a bit. And one of the things that I wanted to figure out how much there is room for is I am starting to download 3ds Max files.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what I got when I got home?
What'd you?
I have a 3D printer.
Sweet.
Ooh.
So I'm going to start making starships.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, my brother picked up a relatively cheap model a few years back and has been doing all sorts of weird stuff with it.
Well, these are all stuff that I didn't know what program it was in, so my particular printer only accepts certain extensions, and 3ds Max was one of them. So I was able to do quite a bit with that, but hopefully I can do more with it. I'm not sure how the whole thing is working just yet, but the thing that they talked to me about was making the starships was cool, but the other one was so much better. That's the one I can't talk about.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to talk about that later.
Hey guys,
Hello, hello.
JB?
How are you doing?
still recovering from Saturday.
What was Saturday?
I don't know, the little shindig downtown.
Oh, that's Saturday.
Yeah, a little shindig in the McCormick place. You might have heard of it.
Yeah, you can hear my voice just cracking because 3 days of talking to everybody. I've never done 3D printing, Jenniviere, but other people have, I'm sure.
I have done quite a bit of 3D printing. I actually used to use it to create parts for stuff that no longer exists, or stuff you can no longer get repair parts for.
Yeah.
And it's very useful for that.
That there are certain kinds of things where that's literally the only way to make this stuff nowadays, because the original molds are gone.
Oh yeah.
So you can't make like actual like duplicates of the original parts. It's just physically impossible.
So it's kind of most of the stuff I'm doing is all experimentations. Like, let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. It's like, oh, you're like 3 millimeters off. It's like, crap.
Well, I mean, if you have to file it down a little bit to make it work, I mean...
Yeah. Just jam it in there. It'll work if you just push it hard enough. That's what I've been doing for some of the... We're trying to deconstruct these really old engines from the 40s. Rocket engines from the 40s.
Ooh.
And they're very unique because there's nothing like them in the entire world. Because rocketry wasn't like a normal thing until the late 50s, early 60s. So finding the ones that started doing in the 40s, that's a whole different thing.
See, where that really gets weird is that the old school rocketry, some of them use different principles than the later rockets. And it's kind of strange how some of them were set up, because basically experiments, literally... experimental prototypes, even if it's not necessarily the first of its kind.
Well, the government had zero leg up on anybody else trying to create rockets at the time.
Yep.
I mean, that was still basically the exact same thing as like the Chinese building fireworks. But these engines are so unique, and we're learning so many things from them that we may just have to like scour old garage sales and estate sales to find these things, because they didn't advertise them. They didn't have these massive budgets. The things we're learning is astounding.
Yeah, well, the modern world has gotten to the point where we have lost technology.
Oh yes.
That's very much true.
Especially when they burned down the Library of Alexandria.
Well, that's a little different.
We literally don't know what got lost there, because we don't know how many of those books were simply copies of things in other archives around Egypt.
True.
So a lot of that's actually one of the things I know a little bit about and no one knows exactly who burned down the Library of Alexandria. There's a written narrative, but no one knows if it's accurate. Some people think that it was actually an Ethiopian attack, which was common at the time. Some people think that it was a lot of other things, so I'm not sure.
Either way, I think a lot of the important stuff was gotten out before it was set fire to.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. I think there's so much stuff that we think is gone that just went into private collections.
Well, another thing to remember is that this was the old days before, mass producing of books. True, but this was also the a time period where you had people whose job it was to copy books. That was literally their life's work.
Yeah, they were called scribes, yeah.
Exactly. And here's the thing. I'm guessing that if any book that went into the Library of Alexandria was actually believed to be unique, it stopped being unique.
Well, if I remember correctly, one of the things that would happen is when a captain would come into the port, if they had any books, they were forced to turn over the books until they could be copied.
Mm-hmm.
And, everybody...
And they kept them the secret, if possible.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things like, okay, is there only one copy of these? And, of course, where'd the original go? Because the one in the library is actually the copy, if I remember correctly.
In some cases, yes. There is a lot of original stuff that was put in the library because they didn't trust scribes to actually handle it right off the bat. And so a lot of it was lost permanently.
Just think of all the iteration errors.
What a lot of people don't understand is a good 70% of Egypt is actually under the sand.
True.
Yeah.
And
Egypt,
underwater.
Egypt, in the height of its glory, was not the same country we know today.
No.
Because the fact that Egypt, in the height of its glory, was before the Sahara Desert became what it is today.
Okay, honestly, and you can go all the way back to, I want to say Old Kingdom, or whatever dynasty was there first, that we know of. They say they found it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They don't ever say they made anything. They just say they found it like that, and they've been maintaining it since then.
It broke when I got here.
We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that there are buried ruins under the sands of the Sahara Desert. No one has any idea who built them.
We know from LiDAR studies and everything that the 70% that is under the sand is all interconnected. It's like a veritable metropolis, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
With streets and roads and viaducts just buried.
Yep. That was actually one of those things I was going to say. Is that it's not like individual buildings either. It's exactly what you said.
What we see on the quote unquote surface is the top of everything.
Oh, of course.
Man, I have way too many bridge officers.
No, in this game? Seriously?
That never happens.
It's just like the inventory management mini game to every.
Well, this tune isn't bad. She's only got way too much stuff. Actually, she doesn't. She's pretty good. It's clean, relatively clean.
4 bridge officers per character that are normally the ground team. Those I worry about having decent gear on. The rest of them are used for equipment storage.
Yeah. Well, I just looked at this tune that I haven't looked at in a while, and she's still got 2 muds out of this wormhole choice packs. Oops. Oops.
You should probably use those sometime.
I probably should, but she has also got all the sweaters. This is my sweater repository.
Sweater repository.
So I redeemed my card on the wrong character. I'm so mad at myself.
What, your codes?
Yeah.
Hey, did I mention that they gave us a stack of 100 cards with codes?
100?
Yes.
Wow. 100.
I got quite a few as well.
Yep. Yeah, at the end they hadn't given them all out, JB, and Keller Thomas came running over with the last of them going, here, I don't want to take them back. Okay,
Nice.
great. Yeah, we obviously, for people who were at the convention and didn't get one, we'll have them
Too
out.
bad. No, you can't get them if you didn't come to the convention.
Of course you can. But, we won't be giving all of them away for free. We will give away some for free. Actually, how many people have we got on here? How many people are on at the moment? We got 15 people on. We should give out a code. Hang on a second, we go grab a code.
Hey, I was supposed to have those numbers, by the way, because I'm supposed to give some of them out too. I think I actually have like 10 in my bag, but I like complaining. Work.
Has me a code to give away.
He has you a code?
They fixed the worst problem. Thank goodness. It used to be when they did these, they had a font where the ones, lowercase l's, looked the same, and the O's and the zeros, capital O's and zeros, looked the same, and there was no way to know if you had entered it correctly. Okay, Jen, at conventions they give away these cool cards here. This is one of them. I'm holding it up to where the camera would be if the camera worked. And it says Star Trek Online, StarTrekOnline.com. Star Trek Online is the premier free-to-play MMORPG. Explore the expanded universe of Star Trek, both in space and on the ground, with fully customizable captains, ships, and crew. Star Trek Online features stories and iconic characters from many eras of Star Trek, including the original series, Next Generation, Discovery, and more. Redeem the code below to claim hologram bridge officers of Lita, Kira, and Bashir on PC, plus a Federation Elite starter pack and convention veteran title. Be sure to visit the actors who brought these roles to life right here at Star Trek Mission Chicago. And that's it. So when you set up your account, you will set up an account with ARC as well. You will enter this magic code, which I will say for the moment is like 1234 ABCD, and you will then have your characters that you've created instantly be given all these fun toys, which is real.
It's a great thing, especially if you're a new player.
Oh yeah,
simply because of the fact that you get this really nice T6 ship you can use literally the entire time you're playing the game.
Hold on a second. Noah had Tilly codes.
Ooh.
I didn't get a Tilly code. Did anybody get a Tilly code?
Oh, now I feel robbed.
Holy crud, Noah!
I got Lita, yeah.
Yeah, but Tilly, did you get a Tilly? I would pay good money for a Tilly officer.
I think
No.
Noah is the only person that has ever had codes to give away for Tilly.
But he didn't
and-
give us any Tilly codes, and we love Noah.
I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, he should be the only
That's
one with Tilly codes. I mean, that's just appropriate, but still.
That's robbery.
It is. And we saw him first thing on Friday, so there's no excuse. None. A mirror Tilly, oh my god, I would pay serious money for a mirror Tilly. I want my own Killy Boff. That would be so great.
Did you hear about the announcement with the extra premium bridge officer that apparently the way it's currently set up, you can only get once per account?
Which one?
Wayun Clone.
It's the Wayun clone that's come with the legendary Jem'Hadar ship. It's a.
It doesn't actually come with the ship. What it comes with is the Jem'Hadar, the level 65 boost pack.
Oh.
When you use the boost pack, that's special to the Jem'Hadar.
Oh,
it
yeah,
gives you
yeah.
a Cartaken polearm and a Wayun clone bridge officer who has a very special, unique trait that when he's in your away team, sometimes he'll just give all of your bridge officers Ketracel White doses. Just because.
It's nice if you have a non-Jem'Hadar in your away team.
Also, he has a space trait that gives you a damage bonus.
Nice. Yes, Tilly is awesome, Lyrina. Killy is awesomer.
It's
I
kind
would,
of
I
like
would pay
the
serious money and give body parts to get a mirror Tilly.
Yeah.
The whole thing with the way you
on,
clone
Mirror Tillies.
Boff, though, is that currently it's only possible to get one of them per account.
Well, it's kind of the same with the the Hollow Bridge officers from the Legendary Discovery bundle, where it's the holographic Discovery crew characters. Like, it's got some repeats that you can get elsewhere, like Lorca and
Well, Lorca and Landry were available from the convention 3 years ago.
Yeah, but the Legendary Discovery pack itself is similar. Like the main ones that are similar, it's like you can only the bridge officers you only get once, and it's things like Stamets and a few of the other Discovery crew.
Previously, there was a bridge officer where not only was it something where it was once per account, but also like limited edition promotional gimmicks that you got the bridge officer from. And I need to double check and make sure she's actually on my bridge so I can show her to you.
So, for Jenny, we're talking about characters from Discovery in the Mirror Universe and that kind of a thing.
But
being playable usable bridge officers.
Usable bridge officers as opposed to playable, well, kind of playable characters. But all the TOS are out there, except, of course, for Kirk. So there is a Spock. Yeah, there's a Spock, a Sulu, and Uhura. Uhura's one of the better ones, in my opinion. Dr. McCoy, Chekhov. Is there a Nurse Chapel? I can't remember.
No, I don't think there's a Nurse
I
Chapel.
don't think there's a Nurse Chapel. Okay.
It's Uhura, and it's also Yeoman Rand.
Oh, that's right. That's right. For TNG,
we have Nurse Chapel's
and
hairstyle that got added in the TOS experience.
yes, you can get her hair. Let's see. For TNG, we've got Scotty.
Geordie Boff.
Sorry, TNG. Sorry, yes, TOS for Scotty. What do we have for TNG?
Geordie, I think.
Geordie? Worf? No, Worf's a character in here. We don't get him.
No, you get
Bridge
the
officer.
I have an
He's a
ambassador.
hologram.
I thought there was.
I have a
Worf
Worf.
holo buff.
Is
Yeah,
there?
there's an ambassador Worf.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if there's a regular Worf.
Sorry, Voyager.
Yes.
Do we have Voyagers?
The EMH.
Oh, yes, the EMH. She's awesome. Discovery, some. But these are actually given out either through prize packages or we get them through. Oh, that's right. We've got Bashir, Lita, Kira, Garrick,
Mom, come to my
Quark,
bridge.
Ram,
And
Nog,
Knock, Quark,
You have Duke, you have
Leg.
Duke on Rex.
Wayun, Duke and Rex,
Loris,
yes.
Quark. You know there's a Quark.
Oh, there's definitely a Quark. I think we have some.
Hey, Mom, did you get a bridge invite?
No, I did not.
Oh, I'll have to try that again then.
I'm not loved. I could have been up getting something else. Yeah, no, the Chapel hair it's a TOS character, thank you. It's an original series character that you have to create.
Okay, see this bridge officer I'm standing next to?
Hang on a second. Yes.
This is basically a Romulan version of the Fed unique Libborg engineer that you got for the pre-order bonus. It's just that there have only been 2 times in the game's history where they did a limited time promotion that you could get her.
Oh.
And it's a promo pack that you can open on any character, except that you only get her if you open it on a Romulan Republic character.
Wow.
So I have 2 copies of this bridge officer, and only 2 copies on my entire account.
Wow.
And, yeah.
That's a rare one.
It is.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
How do I leave a fleet?
How do you leave a fleet? Go over to your fleet little tab, lower right-hand side. Go to your roster. Go to the lower right-hand side. It says Leave Fleet.
I looked on every tab, but I didn't see that.
It's on the
That's
roster
just-
tab.
Like the first one was like a humble bundle promotion, which in theory should have just been a a bonus pack that gave you either the Federation one or the Klingon one, because that's what it said it did. But people suddenly realized that if you claimed it on a Romulan Republic character, it gave you 2 bridge officers, her and whatever your ally faction was.
Jenny, we're throwing so much stuff at you that's all over the map that, yes, it will definitely make more sense when you actually start to play.
And unfortunately, since both of those were limited time promotions, both of them are no longer valid.
Ah.
Now the bridge officer, I'd love to have, and I hope they do eventually, sometime in the future.
Yes.
I want a Galron bridge officer.
Ooh.
Yes.
Have a good night, Wolfie.
Night, Wolfie.
That earlier.
A good one, Wolfie.
So, by the way, Jenny, most nights there's not 15 of us yelling at people saying, do this, do that, do this, do that, and talking about random stuff. Until you've been around us for a while, then we'll start doing that again. But we're nice.
There's 4 or 5 of us doing that.
What was asking about this bridge officer here, she actually has the same set of traits as her Federation counterpart does.
Really?
Yeah. Literally the exact same traits as the Federation version. Which is efficient, resilient, superior Borg nanites, and superior neuroblast. The KDF version has, I think, aggressive instead of resilient, but whatever.
Oh, that miracle worker bridge officer?
No, she's not.
The
you can teach her to do miracle worker stuff, but this one is just a regular liberated Borg.
The liberated Borg one. Oh, okay.
The one that was originally
Did you put her in a 7 of 9 outfit?
Well, yeah, I customized her to use the 7 of 9 outfit with some Romulan accessories.
May I ask a question? How do I sound, first of all?
A little fuzzy, but not bad.
Terrible? Okay, I'm at work. Hey, what's the traits on that bridge officer you're talking about?
Well, she doesn't actually have any unique traits, just the standard liberated Borg stuff: efficient, resilient, superior Borg neuroblast, and I have to look at it again.
Sometimes they tweak them to give it just a little bit extra since it was a special.
Efficient, resilient, superior Borg nanites, and superior neuroblast, which I suspect is because of the fact that she's supposed to be a Romulan counterpart of Federation pre-order bridge officer. So, slightly different costume options and otherwise exactly the same. Oh, and also she's a popular Romulan faction bridge officer and not a Federation bridge officer.
And popular fellas, right?
What?
I said, and she's popular with the fellas.
I don't know.
That's a joke. These are the roaches went like really quiet.
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Lots of people talking. Hey, Jenny.
Well, there's just like a huge amount of noise whenever you're trying to talk.
I need to get you a better headset, Dante. Oh, actually, do you have can you take a USB? Do you have room for one?
I have a beautiful headset at home, but I'm using earbuds at work right now.
Oh, you're at work. Jenny, jump on sometime when there's only 1 or 2 of us on, and we can walk you through all of it. So, no worries.
Anyways, what this new Wayun Clone Bridge Officer has going for him is that since he's a C-Store thing, he'll be available permanently, but you still only get 1 per account. Oh, well.
Hey, I realize this is going to be really... hang on 1 second. DeadMeatMom, question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Which Klingon fleet?
I don't care.
Do you want to be in the Do you want to be in the big tier 5 fleet, or do you want to be in one of the little developing fleets?
I don't know. Somebody sent me an invitation yesterday, and I just, for some stupid reason, clicked on it, and then I got like 15 mails about go out and do this and do the dailies and collect these things and put them. I'm like, ah.
Okay, well, we have 2. We've got the brilliantly named Klingon Strike Group, which is our tier 5 and everything, completely done. So if you need stuff, that's the one to go with. And we have some of the more junior ones, like the Flaming Targs of Grethor.
Sure, that's fine. That sounds good. I like the flaming targs.
Okay,
idea.
I will send you an invite to the Flaming Targs. Just bear in mind when you need to go shopping for stuff, just let us know and we'll switch you over to the big fleet for however long you need to do for your shopping.
Oh yeah, it just occurred to me that House of UGC has a lot of room in their roster because, quite frankly, it's a fleet that was originally put together by a bunch of Foundry authors and has been semi-dead since Foundry died. So,
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Are you DeadMeatMom with any number behind you?
Not that I know of.
It says it can't find you. Hang on a second.
Oh, there's no N in the middle of that. Did I put an N in there? Hang on.
I have a Dead Meat Tevankana, or is it Tevakana?
Yeah, get rid of the N. It's Tevakana. There's no N in it.
No, you still don't exist. I am sorry.
Oh,
She's not real. She's not real. It's proof.
Trust me, I have 2 pair of glasses on right now and I still can't read the screen.
Tevakana
No, it's Tava.
Oh, okay. Well,
there's all A's. I thought there was an E at the beginning.
Well, that would explain it. You apparently exist. Woohoo! Woot 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 woot.
These guys are being mean to me just because I killed their friends. I really need to learn to deal with some loss. Oh no, I have no shields and you still can't do damage to me. Whatever
I was working on the best
do?
defense the other day. I cannot drive a shuttle to save my life.
Well, I can't drive a shuttle either, but that's because...
Here's the thing. Me, as someone who remembers the pain of doing Operation Gamma the day it was released.
Oh my god. I actually had a guy come to the booth and go, I've played through and I get stuck on this one stupid mission, and for the life of me I couldn't remember the name of it. I knew the one, and then like 5 minutes later I remembered it. I went running through the convention hall going, there he is, it was Operation Gamma, and he's like, that's the one.
Anyway, so there are certain specific things that you want to do in that mission. There are 2 basic approaches I've found to be highly effective for shuttle combat. One of them is fire at will spam. The other is torpedo spread spam.
Ultimate Bacon Overlord, all hail the Ultimate Bacon Overlord.
An overlord?
We are not worthy of your bacony goodness. So, Jenny, every now and then we will just take it at night and not open it up for everybody to shoot the breeze like we are tonight. I think everybody's just kind of talking about the convention. And we will just spend that time with you, doing you stuff, and without a million people to overwhelm you with what's going on.
The rest of the time it's me stuff we're doing.
And it's always somebody's stuff. I mean, we used to do Pimp My Starship Thursdays, which we'll probably get back to. We can do it off the stream if you're not comfortable doing it on the stream. We'll still use Discord, or we'll still use what we're doing, but we won't stream it. And that way we can still talk.
I have 2 good candidates for Pimp My Starship if you want.
Why don't we do, yeah, we got Thursday. Let's do Thursday. I've got rank promotion tomorrow night, so I'm being super stressed about that.
But, I mean, because my options are the Emerald Chain Juggernaut and the Boy Juggernaut.
Okay, yeah.
Those are both...
Block Juggernaut, I might be able to assist if I were awake. I have one in use, and it's an awesome ship if treated right.
Yeah, I mean, I heard both of them are great. It's just I never actually bothered unpacking them.
By the way, if you get the assimilated space set,
yes.
Omega reputation, where you can have the stuff as visuals, and a warp shuttle makes an excellent shuttle with the assimilated stuff. It actually looks a little bit like a Borg probe.
Cool.
There's a person here that is from the fleet honey badgers.
The honey badgers.
I don't think they understand. That's not a really. It's just an animal that's too stupid to die. It's not exactly something you should name a fleet after.
Yeah, but here's the thing though:
they're tenacious.
They're stupid as hell.
The important part is how often they die.
Yes, I mean they don't die very often, sure, but it's because they put a button in everybody's face. It's not exactly a selling feature. I just think it's funny. People think honey badgers are awesome, even though nobody knows what they are. Damn me and my scientific mind.
I suddenly have no other quests than the best defense, so I'm gonna go find something else to do.
You finished them all.
Every one of them. No, not even.
You've reached the end of the internet. Go have a real life.
Oh my gosh!
Speaking
I still
of
have
embarrassing
Jabberwock.
names, I spent an entire fun evening flying the so-called Millennium Dodo.
I was telling everybody about Acme Laboratories and the Pippi Longstocking, and I'd forgotten we made the falafel waffle the other day.
Oh, waffle.
The falafel waffle. It's Pinky's new ship.
What is this ship?
It's the Jarek Alliance.
Okay.
Wait, there's a Pinky too?
Yeah, we do Pinky and the Brain in the mornings.
Oh, yeah.
Ed's the Brain, I'm Pinky, and he's a Ferengi, and I'm a Cation, and we run around our little Zambian white jammy outfit, so we look like Pinky and the Brain. And
yeah, if you look at the stream, there's that little picture in the bottom left.
That's very funny that you are also called Mom and I am called Mom, and when I play Conan, I am Pinky. So it's getting really strange here. Are we like, maybe mirror of one another? Maybe one of us is from the mirror universe?
She's stalking you.
Could be.
Oh, she is.
Definitely not. I'm pretty sure there is a Kermit timeline somewhere.
That's possible.
And that explains everything.
Hey, I said I was going to give away a code.
And then you never did.
I didn't, but it's still sitting right here in front of me.
You keep on just dropping the ball there, Mom.
I do. How are we going to do this? Should we do... well, we shouldn't do it on Twitch because not everybody... Well, everybody's there on Twitch, but... tell you what, if you want...
Find a winner and then you whisper it to them.
Well, I know that, but we got to figure out how we're going to pick the winner. Tell you what, let's do it old school.
So everybody put in bits, and whoever puts in the most gets it.
That's selling them. Hang on a second.
But it's a good cause, right? No, do not put in bits just to get stuff from us.
Howdy.
Hi.
How is everyone in STO land?
Well, we're in space, so that's not much of a land, but yes.
Okay.
How are you?
I am a little tired. I had a late day at work, but otherwise okay.
Well,
you sound like you survived, probably.
I'm back. Let's grab a pencil. We're gonna go really old school. Everybody pick a number 1 to 100. Tell me your name before you do it. You can do it in voice chat. You can just go ahead and put a number. Yes, Frost. You already have one. You don't need any more.
I've got like 10 of them.
Yeah, I know. That's why you don't need any more.
Oh, so that's just what it is. I see how it is. I'm not important enough to give things to anymore.
You have 10.
I see how it is. I got it.
I have an overwhelming desire for a 100-sided die right about now.
Jen, tonight we are just chatting at the moment. We should probably go run a mission here because we haven't done anything. Bacon is 53. I will read these back before we do anything. So the code is for convention title and a Kira, Lita, and Bashir holographic bridge officers.
I will text you numbers, or no, that won't work because you're not on screen, so they can't see it. That's not. Well, yeah, we can.
That's okay. I've got them over here.
Well, I was going to use a random number generator.
There's one built into the game. I'm going to use that one.
But this one's better.
But this one everyone will see.
We don't want everyone to see. It's just the person that wins.
No, not the code. My chat box.
Fine.
I know. It's not the first time we've actually done this. Wow, why is this not happy today? Why don't you want to get to be a big, tall, happy chat box?
Big, tall, happy chat box.
Mm-hmm.
Move it to screen center.
I'm trying to, Ed, and it's not happy about it.
I need to fix my program.
You can just drag and drop it.
No, it's not letting me drag and drop it, Ed. I promise. There we go. It wasn't letting me grab anything to do that.
Likely excuse.
I know. But I like to lie and give people a hard time there. There we go. Okay, now everybody can see it. So everybody can see what that is. Dante, it's codes, game codes. Jen Sav is a player. She is Sovereign Empress of Cookies. Excuse me, Princess of Cookies. We adore her. She is wonderful. She's a lovely person. It's her birthday. So, like, everybody has a birthday, and if they let me advertise it, we will put it out there.
I don't have a birthday. I don't have one. So.
Yeah, I let mine slide by.
Does she rule over the same country as Cookie Monster was born in?
Maybe.
If Q streams Champions Online tomorrow, Saab was probably going to be helping him. She sometimes does team plays with those too.
Yeah, you never have to apologize. Well, you might need to apologize, but not at the moment. Okay, at the moment, I've only got 5 people here, so let me put this out there, because there's a lot of people here in chat. These are game codes for Akira, Lita, and Bashir. So this is what I have got so far. I've got Mar Hawkman with 77. I have DeadMeatMom with 42. I've got Ultimate Bacon Overlord with 53. I've got Galaxy Star Queen with 77, and I've got Rob with 17. Who else? Dante's taking 32.
I want to go into it. No, I don't want to go into it.
33.
Who was that?
Chaos.
Thank you, Chaos. Okay, you can change it to something else if you feel that way about it, Dante. No, you don't need to log in.
You do not need to log in. Don't worry about it. We will get you.
Hey, it's Hate. Hi, Hate. Hate's got 46. So we have, after this... Oh, you already have Bashir. Okay. I'll pull it out there, Dante. We have codes here. FragranceFree, sir, it was an honor to meet you. That was a blast. Smooth Rack has 84.
Mahawkman picked 77 in Strike Group chat.
Yes, Marhawkman picked 77 in Strike Group chat. Galaxy.
Oh,
so did hold on a second. Galaxy Star Queen. Marhawkman already picked 77. You can't have it because he picked it first. You have to pick a different one.
I may have to use DarkMeatMom for one of my names pretty soon. That's pretty cool. Does that make me a turkey?
Doesn't make it a turkey, but it is what my first thought would have been. Oh, yes. I just realized I haven't done any of my endeavors in forever. So GSQ, you have to pick a different number.
It's the best defense, is that story mission where you have to fight the freaking Alachi Walker in a shuttle.
Yes.
No, is that it?
I haven't played that one in a long time.
Neither have I. That's a horrible
Does
one.
anyone want to help me with it?
Sure,
Yeah.
I'll help you with it.
I think it's isn't it a solo?
Best defense isn't it's not a TFO, is it?
It's a story mission.
Yeah, it's a story mission.
From which
I
arc?
bring it up is
The
because
Romulan only story
I'm
mission,
currently
but I'm pretty...
logged in on a Delta recruit who apparently hasn't done that one yet and needs to tick that box for his recruit stuff.
Best defense. Hang on a second.
Obviously, this means you need to be a Romulan Republic player, preferably a Delta recruit.
Yes, we've been tracking the Alachi attack. Oh, can't read.
Mission: the best defense.
Fleets throughout the quadrant and
That's-
the location of their next invasion in the Rye system. Rye.
Oh my God! It is. Yes, it is the one that becomes the TFO.
Yeah, see, if you solo it, you end up with a bunch of NPC idiots as allies to replace the people who would be helping you in a TFO.
Why do I not remember this one, even though I've got Romulan Republic tunes? Because I got smart and didn't do it?
Because you played it once and then decided to do something else.
Yeah, because I'd like to advance the storyline.
Galaxy Star Queen 17 is also taken. That's taken by Rob. I mean, there's a whole bunch of numbers left.
I mean, there's only, 100 of them?
Well, yeah, generally.
But there's less than 12 people or so. So somewhere around 12.
Yeah, we've only got like 10 people here. So there's 90 numbers left. You could take the inverse of 17 and take 71. I'd tell you to take the inverse of 77, but that doesn't help matters. Dante says the key is to use your aft weapons.
Settles don't have aft weapons.
All right. So, hey, Fragrance Free, since you are here, we've been starting to... Okay, 82 then for Galaxy Star Queen. Let's make sure nobody else has picked that one. No, nobody else has picked that one yet. So we have a bunch of these codes, and while we can't raffle them off for money for my benefit, because that would be frowned upon heavily by the very nice people at Cryptic, they are fine if we raffle them off to do a benefit for
30?
Dante. Or it's not Dante, for Duffy.
Yep.
So we have a ton of really cool stuff. And hopefully we'll get some more cool stuff put together. But Fragrance Free, you and me, and hopefully Lerina and GXA and Duffy and Grumpy and everybody else who love Duffy, we need to get together and plan some sort of tribute or service or memorial or something where we can...
We did 2 of those already.
Where we can raise some money for his family.
Yes, that.
Yes.
Grumpy's on now. I can go. Run over there and talk to him real quick. See if I can get him to agree to something.
Yeah, we have to figure out who needs the. Where can we give the money? So we're trying to find out where. But yeah, if he's interested in doing that and wants to get in touch with me.
Because last Friday evening and Saturday morning we did 2.
Yeah, I heard all about those. Those were wonderful. But we have some cool stuff to raffle off, and Cryptic's cool with us raising money for it out of their stuff. So we don't know what charity it's going to go for yet, whether it's going to be a charity or if this is going to be money directly to his family. He was a moment ago, Jen.
I'm going to talk to Grumpy Mom. I'll be back in a little while.
Okay, thanks.
No worries.
Thank you. So, just before Duffy died, his father had a stroke. And I know that in the last couple of days, his dad was starting to recover. And then the next thing I heard was Duffy had passed, and I don't know what's going on with his dad. I do know that Duffy had lost his job, so all of his medical expenses, because he had been ill, were an issue in the fact that they didn't have any income. So we were trying to work on that before he passed away, and trying to see when his health got better if we could help him with finding a job. So my guess is there's probably a need for money for the family, whether that's for medical expenses or for the funeral. And I know we can't raise a ton of money, but holy moly, we were able to raise enough to help Kel's cat. You would think we'd be able to help raise some money for one of our own. Which is not me getting mean at anybody. I think we can.
Yeah, just,
I mean, Yeah, we're a good bunch of people. We can help a cat. I think we can help a person too. But anyway, I have a bunch of eagle moss miniatures.
So who wants to team up for best defense?
Wow.
Yeah,
that
that's a big vomit.
Yeah. Really, you really want to do that? Oh my god.
I'll team up with you.
All right. Well,
I'll go do it just because I have to, but not because I want to.
Just post your name in Strike Group chat.
Yeah, well, I mean, we use the shuttle so little that I find it refreshing to actually use a shuttle.
Also, this is a lot less painful when you actually have human players helping you. That part of what makes it so frustrating is that it's like trying to do a 5-man TFO on ground with 4 bridge officers instead of 4 other players.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you?
Marhawk man.
I
You
am
on your Romulan character?
Yes.
Are we going to raffle off this thing first?
Sure, whatever.
Okay, let me run these numbers by everybody, and I'll go ahead and do this. Marhawkman 77, DeadMeatMom 42, Overlord of Bacony Goodness 53, Galaxy Star Queen 82, Rob is 17, Chaos is 33, Hates 46, and Smooth Rack is 84. If you are watching, I'm going to do... Okay, that's really interesting. It won't let me do ground emotes. It won't let me do emotes in space? What the heck? I have to go land on a place?
I mean, there are certain special emotes that are space emotes, but
try going to your bridge. You may not have to go all the way to a ground map.
Yeah, I'll just go to DS9. We can do that too. I'm sure we can raise some money, but we got to figure out where it's going to go and make sure we can get it to Duffy without it being taxed. So, a little bit of legwork to do.
I still haven't figured out the chat in this freaking game.
Really?
No.
Okay. What
I
haven't
never
you...
had anybody to talk to before, so that's just get the number drawn.
Well, which part doesn't make sense to you? We'll go for the easy way. No, seriously, which part doesn't make sense?
Well, he said just put my name in Strike Group, and I said,
oh, he's not a member. She's not a member of Strike Group yet. We'll take care of that as soon as I magically appear.
Okay.
As this countdown just is like, ugh. I have unbelievably good internet, and sometimes it just takes forever.
So sometimes the internet decides it doesn't want to cooperate.
Mm-hmm.
Like my internet's pretty fast, except when it rains for some reason. I don't understand why. It just doesn't.
Well, my nephew has the new Starlink.
Yeah.
And when it rains, it's not good.
Frost.
I have not experienced that issue. Because that's what I'm on right now, Starlink, and I have not experienced that.
Okay, what word I'm?
Frost, you are on a Klingon character. It needs to be a Romulan who is an ally of the KDF.
Yes, that's an ally of the KDF. I have to be on. Hold on a second.
So you have to be Romulan allied KDF.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Because the fact that the best defense is one of those special story missions that only Romulans are allowed to play for some reason.
Okay, other mom, I sent you an invitation in chat to join the Strike Group chat channel. I presume you know how to answer that, right?
Hold on, I've got to get out of this. Colette, would you...
You answer that by ritually slaughtering a goat.
Yes. And Jenny, if you haven't figured it out, no matter how many years you've been playing it, there's something you don't know.
Oh, I knew that would happen.
What happened?
I switched to a shuttle to join Marhawkman, joined back to my ship as I'm wrong faction, and now my trays are totally botched as configuration, though saved, are not understood by the game itself any longer, and I have to rebuild my entire...
Marhawkman says he can't team with you.
Well, it's easy. Just put an X in Strike Group chat, and I'll attempt to send you a team invite.
This link will take you to our fleet.
Hey, it worked. So you're definitely allied with KDF.
I gotta get my
So,
specials.
DeadMeatMom, when you get there, just go into the chat box, right-click, pick strike group, and say hi.
Zoe is also a KDF player and not an ally of the KDF.
You have to be a Romulan KDF allied.
Yeah.
There's no other. Okay, that means I'm out.
Wait. Hold it. It might be possible for you to enter the mission without actually having the mission.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you're teamed with me. We can
Okay.
try that.
Well, yeah, all right. Let's give it a try.
Okay, I'm lost.
Which part are you lost on, Mom?
Well, you wanted me to go to this. Okay.
To the chat command, or to the command bar?
The command bar that says strike group.
Right. And you should be able to type something in there and say hi to us. If it says strike group, you should be in chat. I just want to make sure that it's working.
I cannot do anything in the specific strike group channel.
Is it? But it says strike group?
That's fanfic.
Fanfic, that sounds like Discord.
Yeah, I'm in Discord. So where do you want me to go now?
In the game. In the chat box in game.
See, that's where I get a little bit confused.
So are you watching this on Twitch?
I'm a lot confused if it makes you feel any better. Oh, you meant about the game?
Yeah.
Like I told you, I never had anybody to chat with or
Well,
was in a group.
trying to help that. So if you are in the game, I presume you're in the game right now, right?
I am, yes.
Okay. Are you watching this on Twitch?
I am.
Okay, look at your screen right now. You will see in the middle of my screen my chat box.
Oh my gosh. I have this sentry mode for my little shuttle.
Oh, that's that's kind of stupid.
Yeah, got that.
Stupid.
So
I equipped the Cardassian Spiral Wave Blast console just for the hilarity of seeing just how much damage that does to shuttles.
No, it's funny because the whole okay, hold on a second. The whole I can have 8 full-size turrets show up that are considerably larger than my ship and do a heck of a lot of damage.
Yeah. There are certain things that are utterly overpowered to use in shuttles.
Mom, hang on one second, Mom.
That I equipped is the bioneural torpedo.
I don't have. Well, do I have that one?
Hey, Mom, I pulled you into my private office. I have my own office here. So if you are watching the Twitch, you can see that I've got my chat box up, right? In the center of the screen. If you go down to the bottom line, right-click it, and then just select Strike Group, that'll put you on to our channel, if you accepted my invitation.
I did accept your invitation.
Okay, so you should be able to put something in there just so we can see that it's working.
Yes, the flaming targs of Grathor.
Right, but did you accept my chat invitation is the question.
Where is that?
Okay, so see where I'm pointing right here with the chat configuration box and social shortcuts? Again, if you're watching on Twitch.
I am, but there's a big damn thing right in the middle of it. Hold on. There we go. Jeez.
Okay.
I use a button on my mouse to push to talk, and I can't figure out how to get it to stop.
Okay.
The back button on my browser.
Okay.
I've been trying. Nobody could tell me. I've been asking everybody.
It's keybind, most likely. So go down to this, near the bottom underneath notification settings, there's one that says chat settings.
Yep, I'm there.
Click that. Go to join create, that top line. Type in strike group.
Hold on. Chat options.
Mm-hmm.
Chat configuration?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, so if you click on that, you'll see either tabs or you'll see channels. You want to be on the one that says channels. And where it says join, create, type in strike, one word, group, second word.
Description chat channel for the strike group fleets. Message of the day.
Yeah, and just click on join.
Well, I clicked on join. Is it supposed to do anything special?
Nope. Now you're done with that. Go back and see if you can make, go into the chat line where it says strike group. Sorry, where it's, where you normally would type in a message, and right click in there.
I don't know what's going on. It is not working.
Okay, just wait for a second. Sometimes it actually lags. I'm going to do something really quick here.
No, it says fleet, but it won't let me click in there to say anything.
Well, no, it's not fleet.
But that's what I'm saying, is every time I try and right click on it, nothing happens because it's grayed out, basically.
In the chat box?
Yep.
Okay. You're on Twitch, right? Right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's do this. You're obviously in Discord. Do you know how to share your screen? Do you know how to share your screen in Discord?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Trying to find, because you put me into a different channel. I'm like, where'd I go?
We're down in Mom's office, all the way towards the bottom of Strike Group.
It says I can't screen into this channel.
Okay, and that's always good. Let's do this.
Let me back out of this real quick and come back in and see if it changes. When all else fails, reboot, right?
Yeah. I'm going to move us back into the regular chat, though, since I'm sure they're currently going, where the heck did they go? So we'll go back into regular chat.
All right.
Jemadar Fighter, I think that's actually probably one of the better ones.
We came back to you. Hey, swear I'm not wasted. How are you?
It's a mom.
Oh, that sounds like a DT. Am I
Yeah.
correct? How the heck are you?
I found it.
You found it? Yay! Which one did you find?
Well, it wasn't giving me a chat box, and it was like I must have been on one of the other tabs.
Oh, that's weird.
Well, I mean, you can actually minimize that chat window, which case it'll be this tiny button in the left bottom corner of the screen.
We're trying to get her set up with being in Strike Group, so that's the opposite of what we want her to see. It as big and beautiful and bold. My God, it's a Digi! Digi!
Here you are.
Somebody goes, Sav's a woman?
DeadMeatMom.
DeadMeatMom.
So we have two moms in the Darkmom
We
Consortium.
do. That's DeadMeatMom and I'm Mom.
Learn the difference. Learn it.
So all of that, are you guys done with your mission?
Oh, we haven't
It's
even started the
started.
mission yet.
Oh, good. Well, hang on a second then. So everybody can see my screen here, right?
No,
No.
Okay.
but I don't count.
No, you don't count. All of that. Rolling the dice, and the winner is number 74. Number 74 for the win.
There's a reason I wasn't here.
Looks like Mar Hawkman. Mar Hawkman, you win codes.
Yay!
Yay! But we have
Codes
more
are a good
codes are a good thing. We have already been discussing codes today. I'm going to shrink that back and put it underneath Pinky again. Yep. And, yeah, we're pretty much underneath Pinky. So, Mar Hawkman, I will send this to you in a private message that is not being streamed.
Okay, then.
Because if I type it right here, it's going to be like, oh, everybody gets to see that one.
Boop, boop, boop. Change. Do, do, do. Okay.
Obviously, that's not our best option.
I can't do. Okay. Small. There
I
we
will
go.
send you a
Now.
message in game after we're off the air with the code.
Well, I haven't started the mission yet. Have 2 more team slots. If you have 2 more people want to do a shuttle mission.
Really? It's taken us that long to get a mission?
Well, I would like to go.
Well, see, you've got DeadMeatMom there. Let me see if I can jump over to... You want Romulans who are KDF, correct?
Yes.
Who happen to have a shuttle.
Ideally, I think anyone who's a KDF allied could probably be teamed with me and tag along with it. But you don't get the actual mission rewards unless you're actual Romulan Republic player.
Okay, everybody, I am happy and now I feel sleepy. So have a good good rest of the
You too,
evening,
Ed. I will
and
talk to you in a few hours.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Night.
So long, farewell. Let's
Yeah,
go that one.
teaming for the Romulan only story missions is kind of weird because it has to match faction, and you can't get the mission unless you're a Romulan Republic player. Ugh.
Okay.
I am, so.
There, I've given you an X. I am a KDF aligned Romulan player.
Okay, so that's 4.
Yay!
Okay, so who else was there?
Wait, don't forget DeadMeatMom. I don't see.
Who's that one? Sandwich?
No, Tipicana. That's Digi Who Sandwich.
Oh, there.
all
Just post. Okay, I hadn't seen it because you hadn't posted yet.
So swear we're just shooting the breeze about the convention and actually doing one mission before I head off to bed.
Already?
I have rank promotion tomorrow, so in addition to testing up, hopefully, I also get the joy of a 6-hour ride in the car.
You would have done it yesterday, but that would have been pretty terrible.
Oh my god, yeah, no. Yesterday was going to be really bad. Yesterday was not a good day.
All right. So
Today's only fractionally better.
whenever you guys are ready, we can just.
I presume our ships will auto-change to our shuttles?
Well, you might want to get. Just double check to make sure you have the shuttle equipped.
Yeah, I already did that. It's as equipped as it's going to be.
You can swap gear, but from your shuttle to your ship and back again, as long as you have the shuttle equipped.
Yeah,
because that's what I usually do. Is just like take the shields and stuff off of my actual ship and stick them on the shuttle during the shuttle mission, then put them back later.
That's just so broken.
Hey, other mom, what do you like to be called in chat? Galaxy Star Queen wants to know.
Oh, most people call me mom, but that's not going to work here.
Well, we don't sound the same, so I think we're fine.
Mom 1, Mom 2.
Yep, there we go.
Or you can call me DDM.
DDM? I like DDM.
Except it's dead. It's DeadMeatMom. Shouldn't it be DMM? DMM? DMM?
D2M.
You can also just call me Pinky.
That too. Pinky and the brain.
The only problem is, our original mom is Pinky in the morning.
Oh, she knows that too. I know. It's just one of those. You know.
Freaky, man.
Okay then. So, are we all ready?
I think we're as ready as we're going to be.
I think we are as ready as we're going to be.
Let's see. Zoe Cathis is on New Romulus ground, and
Yes, I am.
Zoe is at the captain's table.
Yep.
Where are we supposed to go? Are we supposed to...
The Rye system.
The what system?
Oh, sorry. Do I need to pick up the mission, or are you sharing?
Here, I'll share the mission again.
Okay.
In progress. It's like all the way at the bottom.
I got it.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, I was so waiting.
Zemekana already has, Kessa already has, and Zoe can't get it because she's a Klingon.
Sounds like he has something against Klingons.
All right.
I'm actually a Frosten. I just on the Klingon team.
That's a big ship. It's a big ship. Oh, that's really fast.
Not as big as a captain.
All right, so I guess if everyone's at the Rise system, we can push the button.
Did we need to, are we doing the best defense or the whole thing?
Start the best defense, I think, because I'm not entirely sure why it's giving me 2 prompts. So
yeah, I saw that too.
We just say start the best defense, because...
whenever Zoe gets out of the Enigma Nebula.
Should I be in my shuttle, or does it matter? It'll automatically.
The ship will, the game will automatically force you into your shuttle as long as you have the shuttle equipped.
Alright, I am in the Allied zone now, and I need to go to what system?
The Rise system, which is a little bit east and a little bit north of Starbase 39 Sierra.
But you should be able to transwarp over there.
If you exit the Dyson Sphere Gateway into Beta Quadrant, just fly northwest.
No, just so you know, it did not. It left me in my regular ship. Oh, it's going to start you in your regular ship, okay?
Well, that's
Did it put you in your shuttle?
Good. I'm in my shuttle. Well, I purposely wanted to be in my shuttle, but...
Okay, I'm curious, though. It doesn't say that I have to be in my shuttle. Are you guys in your shuttles? No, I can see you're not.
Oh, right. I guess we have to kill the guys in orbit, then do the
Then
stuff.
we go to it.
Okay, so I'm going to have to move things back now. Blar.
Let's see what happens. I haven't played the Romulan arc as a Romulan in a really long time.
Aha! I dare you. Deal with me now.
Yes?
The Romulan Master has not played the Romulan arc in forever?
Not on this one. I mean, this is an early story. Maybe I need to go back and play all of these.
This is a safe spot.
Yes. Might be a safe spot, except for the Watchy.
Check to see if you're a pod person later.
Pardon?
I'm going to have to check to see if you're a pod person later.
Well, I don't go back and... I mean, I've got all these new tunes, and I haven't replayed all the old Romulan stuff.
Are we sure it's not a Vendorian imposter?
It could be.
Okay.
I'm launching my shuttle.
Now we go to next map.
That was awesome.
Man, I just barely caught this map.
The little tiny ship, the massive sentry ships.
I have a tiny little pot belly.
You have a tiny little pot belly.
Yeah, it's
okay.
a Romulan shuttle.
Okay.
You're talking about the Tierkel?
Yes.
I actually avoid using the Tierkel because it just doesn't have much way of combat abilities.
I was using a Federation shuttle, but this happened to be in my inventory right now. Federation shuttle steers like a pig. It's a big box.
Depends on which one you get.
Yeah, this.
Oh yes, here we go.
Just be careful. Run the truck.
I always have to get in so close to figure out how to fly this thing.
I have a stealth or poking device.
It's been so long since I've done this that I'd actually forgotten what the map looked like.
Oh crud! Nothing went up. Nothing went over into my tray.
Well, that's
okay. Well, where's the stuff we're supposed to be killing?
It's magic. I don't know.
Check Romulan City.
Wave 0, 1.
Maybe they're afraid of us. Maybe. Well, I hear some fighting. There we go.
Somebody on my butt.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, I see damage tickers. Oh, hey, it's cool. I get to fire a biomural torpedo at an Oshu.
They're shooting me.
I think they're supposed to.
They don't like you.
Oh, wow. 75.
I don't like you either.
Damage.
You better watch yourself. I have the death sentence in 12 systems.
I'll be careful.
You'll be dead.
You will be dead.
Cascading gravimetric disruptions is usable
Now
in
that
a
you mention
shuttle.
it, this does look a little bit like a water log.
Yeah,
Looks
it's
like
like,
a water
this
park.
is literally an archipelago with a bunch of Romulan buildings on top of it. And a bunch of pikes. Yeah, archipelago, a group of islets.
That's an archipelago.
Archipelago.
Ooh, this is cool. They've got the Romulan logo on the middle of the building. I like this.
Stop shooting me,
I hear
mean
damage.
people.
Where? There we go.
Wait,
Ow.
that's where they are. For some reason, you know what? I need a tab target to see them because it's just not showing their names.
Yeah, they're too small to see.
That's what she said.
In bed.
That's what your mom said last night.
Oh.
I did not.
That last night, Trebek.
There's a walker out here, guys.
Yeah, it's the walker that's the real problem.
Okay.
I see the walker.
Do we have to go get him?
He's a mission objective.
Do we have to go get him?
Protects the stranger.
Yeah, we have to kill that bastard. That's what makes this mission hard.
Well, thank goodness you put it on normal for us.
Do is shooting.
Ow! Stop it.
How is not what we want to hear.
Ow.
That
hurt.
Let's
why
see
can't I
how much
move?
he likes bioneural torpedoes.
Why can't
Oh,
I
something
move?
didn't do well. Because you're too high or too low. You're on like the top of the map.
I know what I did wrong.
Well, when you activate sentry mode, the game is like you're
Yep.
stuck here now.
I figured it out.
So
I figured it out, Trebek.
I used the subspace wake off of one of the Rizian ships, which does some damage, which is surprising.
This walker ain't big, and
Ha 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 ha! You think you could defeat us?
I dropped him like a brick, and then I got.
Ah! And I got killed.
You're not supposed to do that. Do not hug them.
Also,
Wait, there's more.
Oh!
But
yeah,
wait,
it's
there's
not
more.
actually just one walker. But we do have to kill all of the walkers.
Picky,
But wait, there's
picky,
more.
exactly.
For the low price. 2 walkers for the price of 1. Just pay separate processing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not only 2.
It's like 4 of them or something.
Yeah, it's not like 1 per wave, I think.
Right.
You would take a walker to blow you up in, or you just have to pay the shipping and handling.
There's one over there going to the city. Need to go get that one.
Stop shooting me.
They want to shoot you.
Come on, me.
You're popular.
Yes, think of it that way.
You realize if he keeps going, stop shooting me, everybody one day is just going to target him and just keep shooting him. The whole team.
Uh-huh. You wouldn't dare.
I do many things.
Hey, we took care of these things back on the moons of wherever the heck that moon was.
The moon from the place and with the
Yeah, the moon with the place. The hell with honor, that one.
Yeah, to hell with honor.
No, don't shoot me. Ow.
Oh, I'm dead.
Don't do that. That's a bad thing.
Why'd you do that for us?
Well, my shields went down. And,
That's a problem.
Yeah, they can do.
Shields are kind of important.
Oh, by the way, there's something I should tell you. I am not left-handed.
Okay, well, that's
I am
2
not
walkers
left-handed.
down.
Ah! When these things blow up, they blow up.
2 more.
Galaxy Star Queen, thank you for the hydration. I'm going to have to go find another one, because those are all empty.
Hey, something's firing torpedoes at me. Oh, there it is. It's just barely out
Well,
of
then
range.
when it shoots
Wow, I
you,
see
you
2
shoot back.
walkers. Which one are we getting? Left or
Well,
right?
we have to kill all of the Oshu ships.
Well, but it's easy. Well, okay.
You have to kill all the ocean stuff, so you have to kill the baby shark.
Okay, no, Oshu, not Ocean.
You're not allowed to play that song. Hey, you stay away from me, you mean.
He's not playing it, he's singing it.
Oh, hey, found the other walkers. Oh, yeah, that one.
Here we go. Alright. I guess we're all going after this one then.
Well, hopefully I did some damage to it while it killed me. This is why I hate this mission.
Ow, that hurt. That's not very nice. Stop with the shooting in the face. Ow.
That one's dead.
Stop with the shooting. Haha. I won.
30%, not good.
Ow.
Oh. It's not directly Star Trek related, it's probably 6 Degrees sort of related. Killed their job 3 guys.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Oh no!
Yeah. Oh.
Unfortunate spots.
Aha! You didn't see that coming, did you?
No, I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it go either.
I'm blind.
Yeah, really?
Sorry.
So we
got
can
some playing on-
we can use the bacon of Kalis in shuttles. Okay.
Apparently.
Yeah.
It seemed to work pretty well, too.
That means you could probably use Perk Swarm.
Yeah, you can use
Again.
Nimbus Pirates and the Delta Quadrant one.
Really?
I'm actually using mass gravimetric detonations on.
Is it working?
In a shuttle? Yeah.
We're all expert players and we're getting our ass kicked. That's awesome.
Only a little
My
bit.
ass kicked.
Trust me, I'm far from an expert player.
Now we have to wander around and find every single
Just
one
stick
of
with
the
us
stupid
and you can
Oshus.
pretend like you're an expert.
I cloak a lot.
All you,
You're still more useful than the AIs that I would be stuck with if you weren't here.
Yeah.
all you need to do to sound like an expert
So-
is sound like you know what you're talking about.
Nobody here's an expert talented animals.
Now, if we were playing something else like ESO or Conan, maybe I would be.
There's a shuttle over here.
Where? Where?
I don't know, but I just saw it on my thing and I can't see it now.
Just
Yeah, because this is a mission where flying around and looking for red dots on your map is actually a vital strategical move. You have to find everything, even if you're hiding under rocks.
At the roof. I swear I'm a good pilot.
I have to say, the biodomes they have on here are actually pretty cool looking. Because
Ooh, they've got a lot of nice detail in here.
Oh no, this is cool. You can fly through these things.
Really?
I just got atmospheric. You fly through this. Here, let me decloak. But yeah, if you fly through this rock that I'm flying around right now, you get an accolade for it.
Oh, where are you?
Oh
Yeah.
wow, yes, it's a big cave inside the rock. Huh.
Yeah, and you can fly through it and you'll get an accolade for it.
Oh, let me see if I get an accolade going through this one.
Nice.
I can't.
Mom, the accolade hunter.
Nope, it wasn't under that one. Where are you
See?
guys flying around? Where are you?
This
guys
really
hear me?
big rock here.
We can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, because my ship is dead in the water.
You're too high. Come down lower. You're hitting the ceiling.
I seize it. I seize it. I seize it.
Fly through it.
Did someone finally find the last Oshu shuttle? Because
No.
I'm flying circles and I'm not seeing it.
No,
It says
we're all
there's a red thing behind
more worried about this cave over here.
Yeah, really.
I got my
Atmospheric
accolade, but I'm stuck in the wall now.
Okay.
Well, on my screen,
Ooh.
it shows that there's a shuttle over by the my
Ooh,
sentries,
Wow, this
but
is a nice cave.
I can't target them. So I don't know how much.
You said they're over by your sentries?
Yes. So if you find where I am,
He's probably in the Walter building. You scared him, he went kamikaze into something.
Oh, yeah.
that.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh. Hello. Eat it.
Got it.
How they got stuck in the water?
Heart system.
It got stuck underneath the walker, didn't it? Yeah, it's where the walker fell lay down on it or something.
Oh, okay. Well then.
Well.
And now we're finally done.
Yay! And we got to go through the cave. Woohoo!
So do I want an engineering console, a science console, or a tactical console?
Depends on which console it is.
Honestly, they're all things that I would recycle. So.
Ooh, rebreather devices.
Yeah, those are definitely ones you wanna. There's nothing there worth keeping. So if there's nothing worth keeping, figure out which one has the highest value and go trade it in.
Honestly, I think they all have equal.
They do. Sometimes they don't, though. So.
Yeah, they're all 338 credits.
Yeah, I didn't bring my ship. Can somebody give me a ride back? Because I don't have warp on this.
It's the best defense GSQ out of the Romulan arc. The Romulans only get this arc called Vengeance.
Somebody open their shuttle bay, damn it.
Okay, so one thing that you can do is open your character inventory, highlight your shuttlecraft, and then below the BOF list, you'll see a button labeled Switch Starship. Push the button.
That's a lot more fun if I actually cause problems.
You always cause problems.
I know how to solve the issue. I'm entertaining if I just cause problems.
For those who want to know what that looks like, that would be this thing right down here.
Mm-hmm.
So you can switch your ships.
I don't see it.
Well, you're driving a car, I think. Kind of hope you're not trying to switch ships while driving.
That'd be cool if you could, though.
GSQ, all of this there should be something new and exciting that nobody's ever done at least every day. Otherwise, we're definitely not doing our job here.
Yeah. This is actually an extremely old mission we just.
It is. I hadn't.
This is part of the original Legacy of Romulus launch, which was what, 8 years ago?
Yeah.
This is my terrifyingly powerful ship.
I definitely have to go back and play this one again.
They need to do more. They need to do more shuttle missions like this
To be honest, the only thing I hated. Yeah, I know. The only thing I ever hated about this is having this AI lemming idiots as assistants trying to help me kill the freaking walkers. And
what about fleet mates? Because they're kind of dumb sometimes too.
Fleet mates are a lot more useful than the AIs.
Rockman, don't hold back. Tell us what you really think.
Well, I mean, when you can actually communicate with your fleet mates, even the worst are better than the AIs.
It's true.
I mean, because this was nowhere near as frustrating as it was the first time I played that mission.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But it's still a TFO.
Yeah, but the TFO is not this bad. Because the TFO is guaranteed to have other players that actually have gear. But I think the real problem is that the NPCs don't have gear, so their damage is just utterly garbage.
Look at that silly looking ship that Mom's got.
GSQ, this is only for the Romulans, so if you're not playing a Romulan tune, these missions under Venge... Oh, I just timed out. You guys okay?
Yeah, me too.
Wait, everyone?
Mom, you kicked us all out.
No, I'm doing good.
Okay.
I'm doing good.
Well, one thing I talked about this morning with some people was that I was on Nukara doing stuff, and then all of a sudden I had this weird lag spike where it reset the status of the Nukara mission I was currently doing, and kicked me to the login screen.
Kicked you to the curb.
And I think that it affected everyone in that Nukara instance because of the fact that when I logged back in, I suddenly had 8 players beaming in at the same time.
So you were the problem all along.
By the way, has anybody tried running One Night in Bozeman to see if the old glitch is back?
Which old glitch?
If we team up as 5 people going down, it still takes all of our bridge officers down with us.
Transwarp 48.
That was fun.
I have not tried that. Although I haven't
No.
done a team play of
We
it,
may have to try that.
Yeah, I think maybe that's something we try on Thursday. There was nothing more fun than having 25 officers down.
It's like,
totally
yeah, and the Borg are like,
you
oh,
outnumber the
yeah.
Borg
Yep,
like
yep.
4 to 1.
Speaking of, I'm not planning to do a stream of Picard tomorrow night just because I probably will get home about midnight and it's going to be a rough weekend.
You don't want to. We'll make
He just
that
doesn't
more
want to
fun.
hang out with us. We're not cool enough to actually hang out with.
A bunch.
I need
Bridge
sleep.
off swords.
Yeah, that's the best thing. I did it the other day when I was doing a demo record for the convention. I did Mom's Got a Hand Axe, which is one knight in Bozeman with a melee weapon only. Melee weapon and no shields.
Melee
Mom,
weapon.
got a
Oh
hand
man,
axe.
that sounds like a fun one.
It is. Oh, it's really fun. Well, let's do that Thursday. Let's melee weapons, no shields. Let's have some fun.
Lex knives.
Lex knives are really awesome on that one, but there's nothing quite as much fun as presidential hand axe on that.
To be honest, if as an optional bonus, set up bridge officers to use melee builds.
That's fun.
One of my bridge officers is a melee build.
Only one. Aww.
Yeah, well,
hey,
yeah,
it's a good start.
Yeah, I got it. Well, on this particular character, I got my Frossen bridge officer, and Frossens, they're just made for melee. I think it's that pounce. The fact that they can jump high and that pounce.
I'm so mad
they've
that I got rid of my hand axe accidentally on my Cation. Because I was right. I had a picture of her walking, just regular walking, and she's got the axe, and she drops to half speed and kind of goes into this crouch. And I'm thinking, I don't want to mess with this woman at the moment. We all have bad days.
Yeah, I actually just looked, and I don't think I actually did any melee builds for bridge officers on this character.
Well, as I said, I only done once, but he does it pretty well.
My Jim Hadar character, for some reason, I decided to set up a science officer Krenum as a melee build.
Hey, I'll be right back. I have to get a beverage so I can fulfill this request. Be right back.
So since my Jim Hadar though is set up as a imitation Yotja, the logic here is that she's basically playing a tank role. So since it's a science officer, I can give her healing abilities, which she regularly uses on herself whenever she takes damage. So that makes sense. And one of the really, really nasty special debuff things where it's like opens and I can interphasic rift at your opponent and gives them like minus 100 damage resistance rating or something stupid. Which, well, hey, that makes killing things a lot faster.
Yeah. So what drink are we trying to get, Mom? I bet is she AFK?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, probably.
Okay.
She said she was going to go get something, which I guess, yeah.
Okay.
That means she AFK'd and you guys didn't pay attention.
I guess so.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, I was paying attention.
I was paying attention. I'm getting a beverage. Galaxy Star Queen, thank you for the donation there. GSQ has redeemed 5,000 Latinum for a mom hydration, which will be La Croix cranberry raspberry drink.
I just got me a good old-fashioned root beer.
Root beer sounds good.
Yes. It's insidious.
Just like
Star.
Exactly.
So has anybody done the Gamma Quadrant?
No, I haven't done it yet. Does somebody want to do it? I can definitely jump on. Do it on one account at least.
Because I haven't done them yet. I'm on my way now to do them.
Federation or KDF?
KDF.
Oh, cool. Then I'll join you. Hang on a sec, though. Who wants it? Yeah, we'll do it on this one.
I don't. Which missions did you want to do?
You have to do one of each, so.
Yeah, one of each.
Well, I mean, like for Delta recruits, you don't actually have a task for doing Gamma Quadrant stuff. But whatever, I can do it anyways.
Oh shoot!
It's a universal. It's the universal endeavor.
Mm-hmm. I wish there was a shortcut over there. Yeah.
Skirmishes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is there a shortcut over there other than transwarping it? There's got to be one. What? Storm clouds gather?
Well, yes, I suppose that one. Anything that Defera actually.
Oh, really? No, but that's on my right.
Like one sector square north of the wormhole.
Well, I just transwarped to Deep Space Nine.
Okay, so
as soon as I warp out of there, I'm right there by the wormhole.
If you actually have the ability to warp to Deep Space Nine, anyways.
Right, but Storm Clouds Gather doesn't require you to have a transwarp. You can just jump into it from there, and that's where I'm at right now. So, it looks like this one's just starting. Yeah, this one's just starting.
Okay, what color are we doing first then?
Well, I'm closest to blue, since we want to do blue first.
Let's do blue first. I'm already in it.
And we're teamed, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to get to the Gamma Quadrants.
Okay, we'll wait till you get here. This is just starting, so we're good.
Oh man, I've already pushed the button.
Oh, you already pressed the button? Well, that's fine.
They fill up fast. The other two colors fill up fast. I believe blue's the slowest one because it's the time-gated mission.
Yeah, but it's Tuesday, so that means everybody's actually been running it for a while.
Where do I find the Storm Clouds Gather?
If you go into your missions, to the episodes, down to Gamma Quadrant, it'll be the first one.
Can't do it.
Why not?
I guess I can. It's grayed out. Why does it look gray? Like
Are you level 65?
Heavens no.
Oh, what are you?
Oh, that would be a problem, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, I can right-click on your picture and... Oh, wait, no, I'm not on the same map.
Okay, so do you have a shortcut to DS9?
Well, the shortcut to DS9 is actually something that...
yeah, you have to earn DS9. You have to earn, but you can go to Defara. That's one of the default transwarps. You can go to Defara, and that will get you fairly close.
Yeah,
the Defara actually requires Tier 1 in the Borg reputation.
Oh, does it?
Yes, it does.
But,
okay.
I mean, Tier 1's relatively easy if you've been, doing rep stuff.
Yeah, but you're dealing with a new player, it sounds like. Therefore, you can't easily do that.
Which does...
Okay, I am now at the, what is this? Dual system?
Shall I click the button?
Oh, DOSI, that's what it is.
Shall I click the button?
I already have, so...
Well, there's 3 of us here, and maybe... Oh, right, okay, there's only one person who's not here, so yeah, might as well.
We will?
We will.
Yep. What are we doing? Oh, I'm sorry, what? I didn't... I was totally talking...
We're doing Planetary Assault in the Gamma Quadrant.
Better known as the blue one.
Okay. So I've got to, make my way over there right now?
Yeah.
You and your, rules.
Hey, DeadMeatMom? The question has come up. How long have you been playing?
Since games came out, but I stopped playing for a long time.
Okay. Because I thought you had said you'd been doing this for a long time, and then some of these are... I wasn't sure if this was just a new tune, or if you're a new player.
Not really a new player, but not really a...
Seasoned
You're
player.
a particle player, that's it.
Particle
one. I do a lot of... Put it this way, I do a lot of research and just piddle around mostly. I've never been a big end-game content kind of person.
I'm sad. I went to the wrong one. I gotta go to the right one.
Yeah, I guess we're still waiting on things.
I'm working
Still waiting on someone to accept. Either that or somebody hit the wrong. No, well, I mean, there's got to be at least one other person that...
Maybe we need to kick Tabakama out of the team.
Yes, you could do that.
Okay, I will... Oh, I can't. I'm not in charge. Somebody else has to kick her.
There we go.
There you go.
Yep, there we go. Good call.
Immediately.
I too low. It's like going to the moors in Lotro. You can't do that.
Long-range sensors have detected.
Yeah, I never played that game.
Long-range sensors.
There are other games?
I heard there were other games.
Lotro, that's Lord of the Rings Online, am I right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
It's the game in the place. The game in the place.
Well, I'm gonna drop out of channel here, and I'm going to go put my food away and stuff. And
Go put your
talk to
food
you
away.
later.
Thanks for joining us. It was lovely to chat with you
very much
again.
for
It's been
having
such a long time.
Yes,
I know.
yes.
It's been more than
Join us
24
again.
hours. Wow.
But they say, you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So.
That it does. What the hell was that?
Mom broke it again.
No, somebody outside was yelling "Mom," and I'm like, "What?" Huh?
There's a bunch of Necrid type stuff over to the left, so let's go kill it.
Okay. Something happened here.
Yeah, I see explosions.
What the heck?
Oh no! Oh, good grief! Something happened to my. Something happened to my.
To your.
My boss abilities. Somehow they got switched up.
Probably when you change from shuttle to.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
They're trying so hard.
That's what Ed was saying.
But yeah, I had beam buff abilities on, and now for some odd reason they went to cannon.
That's a surprise.
This ship is actually set up for cannon scatter, Molly. But I didn't have that problem, but it may be because I didn't actually like manually switch out of my ship.
Whatever will I do?
Kill them all.
Yeah, I mean,
Kill.
did you actually need bridge officer abilities for this mission?
No.
But it sure would make it a little more fun.
I mean, it probably makes it take less time.
I'm surprised we don't play this much, except when it's Universal.
It really is a pretty, easy mission.
It is, yeah.
I ironically used it for her frigate kill at one point.
Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
mean-
You could.
That is a viable option for her kills, yeah.
Oh, the ship's going boom.
All the time.
Who keeps breaking the ships over here?
Dark stuff is kind of fragile, I've heard. Don't they make the ships out of rocks or something?
Well,
Make the ships out of what?
Sort of
Rocks.
Kalis is made out of rocks.
Ooh, I think maybe I will take some time and clean up some of this stuff at some point.
Mom doesn't know how to clean things in the game.
Yeah, both Frost and Kel looked at my monitor at one point and go, got enough stuff up here?
Nope.
No. You can still see the background.
Oh, goody.
A hurt capital ship.
So something that takes more than 5 seconds to explode.
Lies.
Well, he's not over here. Who's got him?
Takes you more than 5 seconds to kill a capital ship.
If it's like the TFO...
There it is.
Not everybody's you, okay?
Yeah, found it. If it's like the TFO, it spawns just outside firing range near the beta point.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm being chased by swarmers. Whatever will I do?
Make them explode. Probably make them explode.
That's just...
The eject plasma is very effective against those swarmers.
Swarmers hate that. Another fun thing that most people won't just never try Romulan tractor beam mines.
Ooh. Oh,
Yeah.
so much for that ship.
Now, not to mention is tractor beam mines and what is it? The only Gamma Quadrant TFO out there. What is it called? Storm or something?
Storm, or
Gamma Quadrant. Yeah, it's Swarm.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a Necron assembly. My turn. How's that feel? I don't think you enjoyed my return. It's so cute when they squirm and can do
I got the accolade called Reaper of the Swarm, which is for probably killing a bunch of ships.
I'm sure it is. Probably what, like 1,000 or something? 1,500? Well, that was easy.
Oh no, that was so hard.
Oh.
Hey,
so
no, Reaper of the Swarm is 200 Herc ships. All right, so I guess we're going to either do red or yellow now.
Let's do. I think the other color would be green. Let's do red because it's starting to fill up faster.
Damn it.
What?
I'm still not in the right place.
This is the course for the Mesan system.
No, I hit the transwarp to go to DS9 so I could go into the Gamma Quadrant.
Uh-huh.
And it sent me to the Delta Quadrant. In fact, I'm still in the Delta Quadrant.
Well, there is a wormhole there that'll send you back to the Alpha Quadrant, and you can...
just fly into the Dyson sphere.
This is frustrating.
Yes.
Yeah. That's right, because you can go to the Gamma Quadrant from that particular Dyson sphere, can you not?
Yes, you can. Oh, we're not teamed anymore.
Well, yeah, it automatically unteams you whenever you leave.
Well, what the heck is wrong with them?
The gate broke.
Who else are we doing?
Excuse me.
Who else was in this team? Frost? No, I got you, Frost. Who was the third or fourth person? Did we have a fourth?
We had a fourth, yes.
It was DeadMeatMom and she left.
Yeah, no.
No, the DeadMeatMom was the fifth.
Right.
The one that left.
Oh, come on. Whoever you were, jump up there and say something.
Whoever was playing a Klingon named Zoe?
Oh,
that would be me.
That's Mark Hawkman.
Okay. No, I'm Zadakik.
All right. So that would be Jason.
Yes, that would be me.
That was the easier answer.
What the fucking hell?
You guys have room for one more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alpha, is that you?
Yeah, I just got on my Klingon. I'm gonna see if I can head over really quick.
Yeah, we got time here. So, Jason, I sent you an invitation. Alpha, I sent you an invitation.
So I'm starting to think that maybe the people in the Planetary Society are just as crazy as others.
Why should they be different?
Well, because they're almost entirely scientists and people like that. But this is frustrating because they're talking about there's proof of a tier 3 civilization.
Where?
Yeah. This particular thing is talking about the Kardashev scale. And this is one of those things where, one, it requires them to say that they've definitely found signs of alien life, and two, this is an assertion of the scale of the alien civilization.
It's supposedly really intelligent astrophysicists that are making stupid as hell claims.
Kardashev scale 3, I think, is the civilization has developed to the point where they can harness the entire resources of a solar system.
Galaxy?
Really?
One is planet, 2 is solar system, 3 is galaxy, 4 is... I can't remember what that 4 is. And 5 is you have control over everything in the universe, and 6 is multiverses and that kind of thing.
Yeah, the Carter shift scale is one of those things where the scales gets really huge really fast.
Yeah, I mean it was theorized, and it's like, how could you possibly?
I'm here.
All right.
Okay.
Vax is 30
Just-
light years away,
Yep.
so whenever Vax, yeah, okay. Right.
We woo everybody?
Yep, got it.
Yep.
So yeah, a tier 3 civilization is one that can control the power or can create or can utilize power available only at a galaxy-wide scale. And they say they have proof of one. And it's you don't even have proof of a tier 1 civilization. Now you have proof of a tier 3.
Well, I mean,
Good
in
evening,
theory,
Mr.
tier one-
Dave.
in theory, tier 1 civilizations would be harder to find.
Yeah, because
yeah.
tier 3 are just, glowing in the dark. I mean, they're not exactly.
I don't know exactly, but yeah, it's. This is one of the things where you're like, okay, so what's your proof?
No, I don't even want to read the article. I don't have the patience to deal with crazy.
I just don't. When you pan your camera back and forth on this map, it actually has a gravimetric distortion effect.
Ow, these guys hurt.
They shooting you again?
Oh yes, cascading gravimetric detonations are so much fun on the Herc.
Do we have a thing other than just shooting the daylights out of everything?
Destroy the capital ship. That's the actual objective. The smaller ships are apparently optional.
Well, these guys are certainly are playing for keeps over here. They're all dealt with.
Well, that was obnoxious.
It's dead.
Well, that was easy.
It go bye-bye.
Bye, Loris.
I got 10 marks out of that. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, because the fact that the majority of what you got last time was the daily bonus.
Mm-hmm. It was so short, like.
Everyone want to do the last one?
All right.
I guess we go to the green sector now.
It's the green sector.
I guess we set course to Gavera.
Odo's fleet. I don't like Odo very much.
Set course.
Yeah, he is a bit of a prick, isn't he?
We don't have to do the ending one, do we?
No.
If I remember right, though, if you do the ending one, you can do it over and over and over till the 15 minutes elapses. Is that right?
That reminds me. Is that with this? I think I'm not 100% sure. I think that technically there are actually 4 different Gamma Quadrant skirmishes because the ending thing counts as a skirmish. Distinct.
It doesn't count towards this universal endeavor, though.
No.
It doesn't?
Nope.
Okay,
no.
But you can do it repeatedly, so if you need... it drops elite marks, I think. It drops something that's unusual, so we were over... Oh, maybe it's just because it's Gamma. We were doing it over and over and over to get the 15 minutes worth for somebody.
All right, then. So is it time to push the green button?
It's time to press the green button.
Green button pressed.
We will.
There we go.
I have not played Timelines. I may have to see what that's about.
Yes, this is the one where you throw asteroids at things.
Yeah. They had timelines at the convention, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Yeah. It was funny, just before the panel on the ships, they were doing the timeline commercial. I'm thinking, but wrong one. Just before Star Trek Online, you should be showing Star Trek Online commercials. But no.
I used to play
the convention's not really a Star Trek Online convention. It's just a Star Trek convention.
Missed opportunity.
What do you mean it's not a Star Trek Online convention? Of course it is. That's the reason I'm there. Goody, where'd it go? There it is.
Oh, where's our bad guy?
Right where I am, if you can see me.
The bad guy is the concurrent hurt capital ship. And to kill it, you have to fling the broken pieces of asteroids at it.
Yep.
Tinker bomb!
Ooh, we've got a dreadnought over there.
Do we? We do have a dreadnought over there. But the cocoon hurt ship is the goal here, so shall continue to throw these at it.
Crunch. That's chewy.
What the? Okay, that's interesting.
My secret bomb collided with an asteroid and blew the asteroid to hell. Nice.
There we go.
Oh, and the asteroid gave me the parts I needed to make another secret bomb.
Ooh.
Yep.
We're down to 10, 8.
Yeah, this thing's not going to last much longer.
Oh. There we go.
Yep.
Easy peasy, folks. Easy peasy.
Not to fly around and pick up all the loot from massacring so many things. I was smashing. You have to collect loot, and Loris pops up on the screen. He's like, "Would you like to leave the map?"
Yep.
Well, you don't have
and that's that for the endeavors.
Well, that was easy. Barely.
In theory, you're allowed to say no. It's just that if you're mashing F to pick up loot,
yeah, I know. it's right there, and I have left more battle scenes with my prices. Stuff going away. Hey, I'm gonna go to bed, folks, because it's not quite late, but I do have rank promotion tomorrow. I do want to get some sleep tonight. Mar Hawkman, as soon as I'm off the air, I'm going to send you a in-game message with the code.
Okay, thank you.
And we have more to give away, but so tomorrow is rank promotion. Hopefully I'll get a chance to talk to JB and Duffy. Sorry, not Duffy. Duffy, if I could talk to Duffy, that'd be interesting. JB and Fragrance Free and maybe a few of the other people and see what we can start to put together. But I think our first thing is to figure out what the heck we need to do, so we need to find somebody who knew Duffy's family.
Speaking of tomorrow, does anyone know what Kale's going to do for the 10 Forward stream?
I have no clue. He didn't say anything about it, so I suspect they're probably going to talk about what Tumor Boy's been working on, maybe, or maybe the new ships.
Yeah,
they could be talking about the Vesta. They could be talking about the Vesta.
Yeah, they did confirm that they're doing a legendary vest, and they haven't really said much else.
I suspect they'll talk more about the Vesta closer to its release date. I think.
Yeah, but we don't know how long out that it actually is.
It's reasonable to assume it's going to be closer to the release of.
So like early May.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Stormfall comes out May 10th, so it could be timed for Route in that same time too.
But which is almost a month. So.
Yeah, but if any of you gets into chat tomorrow, we have a new catchphrase. T6 Pathjager when?
Yes.
I'm sure Kale will enjoy that.
Oh no,
I don't get it, but okay.
Okay, so you saw the Path Jaeger came out for April Fool's Day. It was
No, I did not know that.
Okay, it's a pack-led mashup. And it was just a joke, obviously. So at the convention, JB said, "Oh, T6 Path Jaeger when?" And Kel just looked at him. So I'm thinking, perfect comment to replace T6 Oberth when.
But now it's legendary Oberth when.
Yes, okay, legendary Oberth one will be excellent. The new Vesta Ultimate Bacon Overlord is so pretty, but I want to see everything. All right, I'm going to go to bed, folks.
Good night.
Good night.
Alrighty, I will talk to you all. Frost, can we talk on Thursday?
Sure.
Okay, that'll give me a chance to go get some sleep tonight. Everyone, have a great night. Should we go raid somebody? Yeah, let's go raid somebody.
I'm raiding already.
You're raiding already?
I don't know.
Let's see, who shall we go raid? Let's find my magic buttons there. Creator dashboard. It's fairly slow.
Grumpy's got 48 people up there.
Let's go hit Grumpy.
I gotta go take care of something.
Okay.
See you
Bye.
We're gonna go raid Grumpy's in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna raid him. Everyone have a great night. Go give Grumpy some love. Bye-bye.
Bye.
DT, you still on?
Yeah.
Okay,
still on.
Want an update?
Yeah, that's what I was. Update would be good.
Okay. Mar Hawkman, are you still on?
Yeah.
Code's coming on a message.